share, and subscribe. Y'all thought I was done today? I'm not fucking done. I'm not fucking done. I'm not fucking done. I'm here. Let's get it. Let's fucking get it. Shout out to my boy Ticket TV, man, for putting me on, man. Hey, that was a really beautiful thing that this man did for me, man, and everything. Hey, we just got to cut right into it, man. But this right here, we talking about 80s college basketball, greatest players and coaches, y'all. 80s college basketball. I'm just gonna drop the link to my brothers behind the scenes and shit, so that really know this college basketball shit. You dig what I'm saying? And and to Ron Tom Tizzy, man, salute to my brother Ron Tom, man. I hope everything went good on your first stream, man. I could get in there, man, because I've been cooking, man. I cooked on my ticket, let me cook for 4 hours and shit, man. And I ain't gonna never bite the hand that showed me the way. This is the difference between my generation and your generation. I know y'all see that man on the screen right there. You damn right. That's Kobe Bean Bryant. This was when I really rooted for the Lakers. When I really rooted for the Lakers. Matter of fact, I rooted for them way back when they fucking had Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, James Worthy, Michael Thompson, AC Green, the real Iron Man of the NBA. That's neither here and there. But I'm about to get into this section right quick. We're talking about 80s basketball here, y'all. We're talking about 80s. We're talking about 80s basketball. And shout out to my boy Vaughn, man. I know you didn't get back in, man. Hey, and Ticket, man. Shout out to Ticket, man. I really appreciate that, man. Like, whenever I know you have a busy family and shit like that, but hey, check on your Broly, man. Check on me, man, out here, man, because you know we one big family. We gonna grow this shit the right way, like I was supposed to be. You dig what I'm saying? I don't care what y'all haters talking about. This has got nothing to do with the NBA. This is totally, I mean totally, college basketball. 80s greatest players and coaches. So if you don't know about that, this ain't the place for you. We ain't talking about the NBA. We ain't talking about none of that. Period. We ain't getting into that. We talking about hold on one second. Hold on, I send my brothers the wrong one. Hold on, y'all. I send y'all the wrong one. My bad. No disrespect, man. I forgot to sign out and come back in. Oh, here it is. I copied the wrong one. I sent my brothers the wrong one. We're doing the 80s. I'm waiting on my brothers to come in here. Talk about we're gonna talk about the second hold on one second, y'all. I gotta send the links to my college basketball heads right here. To my college basketball heads. I'll wait for them to come up in here, man. Shout out again to Ticket TV, man. I appreciate the platform, man. I'll be going on next Wednesday. A Ticket want me to do next Thursday, I will do next Thursday, Wednesdays and Thursdays, man. But my days of the week changes through the month, but at the same time, we have been here, man. And we're gonna get into it right here. We're gonna talk about the 80s greatest basketball players of all time. The 80s. Back when I first started watching college basketball. You know what I'm saying? Back when I first started watching college basketball. You understand me? You know, my dad had me watching that stuff at 82. About another 6 years, I'm starting to begin, to really, know who these players are. I'm just gonna wait for everybody to come on in. I was waiting everybody to come on in. I decided to do a little early because I do got something to do. Shout out to my old lady, girl. I love you, girl. I love my queen, man. She holds me down. She prays for me. Ain't nothing like a woman that prays for you, care about your well-being. Shout out to my queen, man. I appreciate it. I love you each and every day. But let's just get on right into it. Shout out to Ticket TV. Shout out to Pro Basketball Update. Shout out to my boy LB Sports the Channel, the political channel of LB. Shout out to my boy Know Your Boy Sports and News. Shout out to my boy Big Worm. Shout out to my Know Your Boy Sports and News. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Greenleaf Exclusive. You want that Houston Rocket content? You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to that brother, man. Shout out to Herm, man. I'm so proud of Herm. That was a great show. We was waiting on you. You was late, man, like Luther, man. You don't want for Luther janitorial. You could get the fuck out. You was late, man, but I did enjoy your show as well. I did. Shout out to Ron Ton Tizzy, man. We're gonna get my big bro, man, his respect, man. And hey, he's a great basketball dude. Family played basketball, cousins played basketball. He already know what time it is. I'm just waiting on the brothers to come in. We about to get this shit started, man. 80s college basketball players, man. From 88, I'm just gonna say this. It's from 79, 80, all the way into 88, 89. That's what they officially start, doing their little, that's how they do it in decades. I'm going to do first team, second team, All-Americans. And some people, if you're old enough, you're going to remember these players. And then another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sit there and give you the college stats strictly for college. Okay? I'm just waiting on the brothers to come in before I kick this shit off, man. Like, for real, man. I'm waiting on my brothers to come on in, man. I decided to go on a little bit early because I got to show my support to my homie that been showing me mad support from the very beginning. Since we was on Ticket TV, I got to show Trayvon much respect to my homie Trayvon as well, man. I'm gonna drop the. Let me send him the link too. Yeah, I already did that already. I sent it to Vaughn. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just waiting on the homies to come in. I hope everybody's having a great evening, man. But since we're talking about college basketball and everything like that, let me just give you tonight's games on college basketball. People that don't know me, I'm big on college basketball. I'm big. That's how you know who these NBA players are when they come to your favorite teams. You understand me? I think tonight's more. Let me go to the women right quick. Minnesota played number 13, Ohio State. Minnesota's 9-14. Ohio State is 20-4. They lost 4. They lost basically, they basically lost 3 of the last 4 games. Then you got number 15 Villanova at Georgetown. Lady Hoyas, they are 20-4. Villanova is 11-12. You got the UConn Huskies coming off the loss to South Carolina, who I predicted that's going to win from the women's side. They're 21-3. They're 13-0 in the Big East. They're going against Marquette. They're 15-8, 86 in the Big East. Let me just turn this down just a little bit more. Right there. Let me get right in there. All right. Salute to everybody that's in the building, man. Salute to everybody that's in the building, man. Salute everybody that's in the building. Let me just go on what it's hitting for. Then you got Texas Tech. They're 16-7. They're 3-3 away against Texas. They don't list the records in the Big 12, but Texas is 18-6 at 11-1. Let's go to the men's. On the men's side of it, you got number 23 Creighton. They're at Seton Hall. Shout out to Shaheem Holloway, Madala's All-American. A lot of people forget about him. Shaheem Holloway was a bucket. He was part of that. I think he was part of that 1996 class, if I ain't mistaken. That was Madala's All-American. But he now became a coach at Seton Hall as his alma mater. Well deserved. He got them boys moving in the right direction. You got number 6 Tennessee. They play at Vanderbilt. Tennessee is one of the best teams in the men's night. Like they ain't got no weaknesses in their game. They're going against. Shout out to Jerry Stackhouse, man, at University of Vanderbilt, man. Jerry Stackhouse. Hey, I was waiting on my big bro. We about to get it in. Let me just get this last two right here. Because niggas about to respect our minds around here. All right, check this out. Okay, the next games is Iowa State, number 11. They play West Virginia. That's going to be on ESPN2. Creighton and Seton Hall going to be on FS1. SEC Network going to be Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Then you got Tulsa at number 2 Houston. Georgetown. Yeah, I hear you, bro. What's up?
Let me switch devices real quick. This one about to die on me. I'm gonna jump right back in.
I got you. Okay. You. No problem.
All right.
Yes, sir. Then we got one of my favorite teams. I still root for them to this day. Georgetown Hoyas. They play number 20 Providence. They also CBS Sports Network. You got Florida going against number 3 Alabama. Alabama gonna be a dangerous team in the tournament. They're a complete team mixed with freshmen and upperclassmen. They got one of the best freshmen in the country. And I think his name is Brandon Miller. Let me just make sure. Let me just fact check. I think his name is Brandon Miller or something like that. If I ain't mistaken, let me look. Yeah, I was right. Brandon Miller. That's how I know I watch college basketball, because I still remember these players' names, even if they're freshmen. Then you got Oklahoma. They played number 14 Baylor. Then you got San Diego State, ranked number 25 in the country. They're going against Utah State, who is 19-5. And then Baylor is ranked number 14. This is why I'm doing this college basketball stuff, because I'm very big on college basketball. I've been watching this since I was a youngin. I still be very big on college basketball. I'm huge on college basketball. And I used to argue with dudes all the time on Ticket Channel. I'm like, man, who this player is, man? He's a fucking bum. No, he's not. Did you watch him in college? No. Now, how you know what his game is like? You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is why I watch college basketball, like, for real, man. This is the ilk of the ilk. When my big bro Ron Tom come in, we come back in here. I'm about to sit there and tell you about the 80s. 80s greatest basketball players that played in the 80s in college. And the coaches as well. I'm just waiting on Ron trying to come up in here, man. We're going to get back. We're going to get into it, man. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, Ja'Cory Jackson. Yeah, my homeboy right now is cleaning out my PlayStation for me. When I go back to work and shit, I get it. Because I don't even remember my name on that shit. So I add you on the PS4, man. Ain't no problem, man. I don't play against nobody, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of all into that Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? If it's Mortal Kombat, yeah, we get down on Mortal Kombat. That's my shit. Mortal Kombat, Tekken. I'm an old head, for real. I love games like that. I still play old school games like NBA Live, all that shit, where the shit was actually realistic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was the decade when I actually started watching college basketball. My dad used to have me and my twin brother sitting there watching this basketball from 1982. So I've been watching basketball from 82, but I began to study like he used to have what's in little kids league, and when so about I say about 8 years old I began to really understand what basketball. I won't say starting to learn what basketball was about, but then again I grew up in the old school era. I can never forget my dad used to take us to the gym all the time, on posts. And shout out to them dudes, to the men and the ladies that serve this country, because I know a lot of military people, that men and women that could have played in the league, but they did not want to do that for personal reasons. And then another thing too, y'all be so disrespectful of players that don't play in the NBA, because what? Not everybody's gonna be blessed to play in the NBA, but it's more the way of being professional. The NBA is not just the standard. It's just not the standard. You know what I mean? It's not the standard. It is not the standard, man. Like for real, it is not the standard. The NBA is just not the standard. It's not. I know a lot of players that played overseas had great careers, and they wouldn't even have a career that they had if they didn't go overseas. Because the NBA, this is like killer season. They pick and choose who they want to promote. You know what I'm saying? So I know y'all want to bag on homie ticket. I know cats that never played in the NBA, but they had chances. They played on G League teams and all that. So just because they didn't make it, they still played professionally overseas, and and had a better life than they ever did in the States. So it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. And it's just a known fact, man. I'm just waiting on Ron time. Oh, you said Cam Thomas is the new Kobe Bryant. I don't crown players early. Um, um, this is one thing I will say about Cam Thomas, who went to LSU, by the way. He's a good player. And this is one thing I've been trying to say. Me, shout out to my big bro James. We've been trying to tell y'all on these YouTube streets forever, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. That shit's free of charge. I don't care about donations or shit. I had somebody trolling me, you know what I'm saying? Email me, say you didn't get no donations today. You've been on for 4 hours. I don't give a damn about all that. You ain't gotta donate to me. People pick and choose who they want to donate to. I don't be in everybody's pockets, but trust me. But trust me, because I can see the vision. When I do start getting these donations, y'all same ass people gonna be trolling. Y'all gonna be hating. It is what it is. You can't force nobody's hand. I'm like my dad. When my dad was a preacher, he ain't forced nobody. My dad used to take one offering every Sunday. Just one. Just one. Just one. Church was paid for, all this other stuff. So that stuff don't work on me. Y'all words and everything like that just keep pushing me to go harder and harder and harder. But let me just get to Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock, you can't compare him to Kobe Bryant for one simple fact. Yes, he wear number 24 like Kobe, but Kobe came straight out of high school. Cam Thomas went to college. That's not a fair comparison. Can he score? Yes. But this is what happens when you don't promote your younger talent. This is what happens when you don't let these young guys that supposed to be able to fit your culture, fit your narrative or whatever the case might be, man. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I'm just like, I didn't hear that, so I gotta check that out, bro. Jacory, man, you be putting me up on game, man. Shout out to the young school generation. Shout out to everybody earlier, man, for showing me love, man. I gave everybody a show, man, earlier, man. It was a 4-hour stream, but you know what? I let everybody get their shit off. We still got to the topic, and we ended it. You know what I'm saying? You don't like it? Oh well. Oh, I'm not gonna stop. Oh no, I ain't gonna stop. Niggas gonna hate. I'm trying to get out that word. Black people gonna hate. Black people gonna hate. That's how I know I ain't been back down south in a long time. I ain't never used the N word so much, so I got on social media because I was raised not to use that word at all. I'm working on it, but we the only race that hate on each other. I mean, every race hate on each other, period. But especially on social media platform, it's just like monkey see. It's like Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? We need some word from you now. Come on, Scooby Doo, I see you. It's like that, man. Nah, I know, man. I'm just not with all that, man. I'm not all with today's agendas and all this other stuff, man. Psh, who gives a crying crap? I'm not with that, bro. Like, that's just facts, bro. Like, I don't. You know, there was some dudes trying to get me out of character, but I stayed on topic. But I'm going to still speak my piece. Y'all can come here and troll all y'all want to. My family over here, we all came from the ticket tree. And they already know how I get down. You better be glad. And shout out to the homie Gigi. Gigi is chilling 702. You better be glad. White gloves on deck. Church of God in Christ. You better be glad LeBron is glow. It's not over here. You better be glad that Aries was over here. Or even Eddie K. Shout out to Eddie K. All these ladies, man. I miss y'all, man. Especially Eddie K. LeBron is low, man. I hope everything is well with y'all, man. Shout out to Polo. Shout out to James. Shout out to Lou, the sports writer. Shout out to my boy Greenleaf Exclusive with the X. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive. You want that Houston Rocket content? Go subscribe to my brother, man. That's my brother, man, from another mother, younger brother. Be getting it in. And salute the Greenleaf, man. This ain't no hate. I know y'all dudes used to tell me all the time. I can remember I screenshotted everything. It's like when I make it to 1K, all y'all haters gonna get exposed. Cause you know what I ain't gonna do? I ain't gonna say your name, but I'm just gonna list everything that's in my phone, all the stuff you said. Oh, look at everybody in Lions Den basketball community. You ain't the only one at 1K. You ain't it ain't how you start. YouTube is a young man's game. It's a young people's game. It's always been that way. It's like my homie Ticker told me. If I would start my shit 6 years ago, I've been already over 1K. But you know what? I like to do things the hard way. And I mean the hard way. My way. I'm gonna get on my grind. I'm waiting on Ron time to come up in so we get up on this, man. But if not, I could just do it. I just go ahead and I could do it myself. You know. Another thing I noticed about YouTube too. You can hit the notification for all notifications, and they still don't let you know when you're on live. They still won't let you send notifications on live. So we live in a society now where do as I say or do as I don't. Sorry. And to that dumbass dude, I ain't gonna mention your name. You're gonna tell me to bow down. Only person I bow down to in my life is the man upstairs. I ain't gonna call no man on this earth and you're gonna tell me to bow down. You don't even bow down to your own freaking parents. You feel what I'm saying? If I bow down, it's my mother. My dad's dead and gone. You feel what I'm saying? My uncles, my aunties that gave me positive light, gave me positive energy, everything like that. To duck and move, mob and weave. This shit's easy to me. You gonna tell me to bow down? How about you bow down to yourself? How about you humble yourself? How about you eat some humble pie? Because these same people tell you to bow down to a king. When it's all said and done, are you gonna bow down? or you're gonna be like Beanie Sigel, you're gonna get down and you're gonna lay down. I'm not getting down and lay down. That's the opposite of what I'm trying to say. Because I know the man who sits high, who sits low, and he sits up in the heavens. That's the man I bow down to. I'm not bowing down to know somebody else. Period. I just gonna wait till my big bro get in here. So I'm gonna do 79 80s team. We got Daryl Griffith, University of Louisville, aka Mr. Duncanstein. He was an NCAA champion. He was NCAA All Tournament. He was NCAA All Region. He was NCAA Tourney Most Outstanding Player. He was High School Parade All American. He was a Wood Award winner. He was consistent All American. And he was 1979 and 1980 Metro Player of the Year. Dr. Duncanstein, y'all. He was 6'4", weighed 190 at the University of Louisville. He ended up getting drafted by the Utah Jazz. Second pick, second overall in the 1980 draft. You ever heard that name? I bet y'all new school generation don't even know who Dr. Duncanstein is. Go look him up. Daryl Griffith was a monster. I know y'all talk about these players are so much greater and better. These dudes wasn't built like these players like in the 80s or the 90s. I'm sorry. Or even the 70s. I'm just keeping it real. And I'm gonna do the 70s next week. But this is the 80s right now. All right. This man averaged 18.5 games. He played 126 games in his career at University of Louisville. He averaged 18.5 points a game, 4.6 rebounds a game. He averaged 3.0 assists. He averaged 3 assists. He averaged 52.3 field goal percentage. He was 69.7% from the free throw line. This was in college. This ain't the NBA. All right. Let's go to the next one. I know YouTube don't send that notification. That's what they're going to do. I like to do it the hard way. I'm like that song. I did it my way. You're darn right. I got this stuff out the mud. I did it on StreamYard all the way through. I did out of all my videos, I think I only did one video ever on YouTube. Yeah, I did a StreamYard. That's another way for you to get money out of me, but I did it. And I'm going to continue to strive it. I'm going to 1K on beyond. I'm still going to spit that truth. Y'all can say what y'all want, but I'm not changing up. I don't switch. Let's go to the next person that made the first All-American team in 1979 and 80 was Joe Barry Carroll at the University of Purdue. Joe Barry Carroll, if y'all don't know, ladies and gentlemen, he was a 7-footer, 225 pounds at the University of Purdue. He got drafted by the Golden State Warriors. He was the first pick in the 1980 NBA draft. Then you have games. He played 123 games for his alma mater. He averaged 17.7 points per game, 9.3 rebounds per game, 0.7 assists, 54.6 from the field, 65.1% from the free throw line. For Joe Barry Carroll, his nickname was JB. All right, now we're going to go to Cal Macy at the University of, he went to two schools. He went to Purdue and Kentucky. He averaged 124 points. I'm forgetting about Joe Barry Carroll. Hold on. I got to shout him out. He was NCAA All-Tournament team. He was NCAA All-Region. He was consistent All-American, and he was two-time All-Big Ten. All right, now we're just going to get back to Cal Macy out of the University of Kentucky, and he went to Purdue first. He played 124 games, averaged 14.4 points per game. He averaged 2.6 points per game, 4.5 assists, 51.4 field goal percentage, and 88.3% from the free throw line. He was an NCAA champion. He was NCAA All-Region, consistent All-American, 3 times All-SEC, SEC tournament MVP, High School Parade All-American, 1979-1980 SEC Player of the Year, and he was 2-time All-SEC Tournament team. He got drafted by the Phoenix Suns, the first round, second pick in the 1979 NBA draft. I wasn't even born. I was almost about to be born by the time he got drafted. That's crazy. All right. Let's go to the next one. Mark Aguirre. Mark Aguirre. He was a forward, 6'6", 232. The school. This was back then when DePaul had them dogs. DePaul used to get all these dudes, man. Y'all gonna hear a lot of dudes of this DePaul shit in the 80s and the 70s, right? He was one of them. We talking about college career. He played 89 games for DePaul. He averaged 24.5 points per game. He averaged 7.9 rebounds per game. He averaged 3.3 assists per game. And he averaged 54.6 from the field. He did not shoot a three-pointer ever in college. That was back then when three-pointer wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? So, he shot 76.8 from the free throw line. But this is just his accolades in college. NCAA All-Tournament Team, 1978 AP Player of the Year, Naismith Award, High School Parade All-American, basically a McDonald's All-American. That's what they used to call you back in the days. 2 times consensus All-American, and he was a Rupp Trophy Award winner. You already know what the man did when he played in basketball. The man was a bucket, could back you down. This another dude don't get his credit like he deserved too. Mark Aguirre was a dog in the NBA. He was a fucking dog. Like I keep telling you, there's so many players that play small forward, man. He was a dog. He was. He don't get his credit like he deserved. Now we're gonna go to the next guy. First team was Michael Brooks, nicknamed Mike. Position forward. He was 6'7". He weighed 220. School, LaSalle. He got drafted by the San Diego Clippers. First round, 9th pick, 1980 NBA draft. Consistent All-American and 3 times Atlantic Coast Conference Player of the Year. He played 114 games. He averaged 23.1 points, 12 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 53.8 field goal percentage, and he shot 70% from the free throw line. Oh, I forgot to do Mark Aguirre, who he got drafted by. He got drafted by the Dallas Mavericks. First pick, number one pick in 1981. And Mark Aguirre, man, Mark Aguirre, if he played in this era, he'll kill these dudes, man. He will kill these dudes in this era, man. All right, we're going to go to the second team. This is 1979 and 1980. All right. Albert King out of Maryland. This is the second team All-American. He was 6'6", 190, University of Maryland. Got drafted by the New Jersey Nets, 10th pick, 1981 NBA draft. He played in 118 games, averaging 17.44 points per game, 6.1 on rebounds a game, 2.6 assists, 51.5. That was back then they didn't have a three-pointer. In college, 77.5 from the free throw line. This is his accolades in college. High School Parade All-American, Consistent All-American, 1979-80 ACC Player of the Year, 2 times All ACC, 2 times All ACC Tournament, and he was ACC Tournament MVP. And we go to the second person on this list. His name was Kelvin Ramsey. He was 6'1", out of Ohio State. He got drafted by Chicago Bulls, 4th pick in the 1980 NBA draft. For his career at Ohio State, he played 112 games, 17.3 points per game, 3.7 rebounds per game, 4.6 assists, 49% from the field, and he shot 78% for the free throw line. His accolades in college goes as such: NCAA All-Region, consensus All-American, and he was a 3-time All-Big Ten performer. Yeah, y'all gonna hear a lot of names from DePaul. I'm telling you, especially when I start doing the 70s. Man, that's when DePaul was a dog. That's what made me start watching DePaul. My dad was telling me about players like Mark Aguirre and I see Quentin Richardson and what's that other dude name that played with him? Bobby Simmons, I think it was his name was. I know there's more players I'm leaving out, but I'm gonna get to them on my college basketball stuff, man, for real. Put some respect on them. That was back when everybody wanted to go to DePaul back then. It ain't like how it is right now. You know what I'm saying? DePaul is one of them programs like Georgetown that was so legendary back in the days when I was growing up as a kid. It's not so much as a name right now, but keep y'all heads up, man. We know today's college basketball is a big old landscape now. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, keep on doing what y'all doing, man. Like, for real. Keep on doing. Georgetown and oh, yeah, fast, Big Worm. Wilson Chandler. DePaul's a great school in the heart. Yeah, I already know. Hey, I know where DePaul is. I've been to Chi-Town. You know what I'm saying? It's right in the heart. That's a fact. It's right in the heart of Chicago, man. It's right in the heart of the city. That's a fact. It is. It is. Let me just keep on going here. We just going to keep on going here. I know a lot of y'all people that's familiar with 80s and 90s players. These names gonna bring some bells to y'all. Mike Gaminsky. Mike, a.k.a. G-Man. Position was center. He was 6'11", and weighed 250. Okay? He got drafted by New Jersey Nets, 1980 NBA draft. When he got drafted, I was darn near about to turn 2 in August, so it's crazy. But anyway, he was 122 games he played for Duke. He averaged 19 points per game, 10.2 rebounds per game, 1.0 assists per game, 53.1 field goal percentage, and he shot as a big man 79.2, basically almost 80% for the foul line. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all about these dudes that make these old school players that play big, that played in the paint. Them dudes can make free throws. Like they really can make free throws. You know what I'm saying? They shot a high percentage. I mean, a high percentage. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Gaminsky, man. He does. Last time I seen him, he was doing I know he was a broadcaster for a while too, but let me just list out his accolades in college. He was NCAA tournament team, 2-time All NCAA All-Region, 2-time consensus All-American, 1978-79 ACC Player of the Year, 3-time All ACC, 4-time All SEC tournament, and he was a 1976, 1977, the year before I was born, ACC Rookie of the Year. Shout out to Mike Gaminsky, man. This is why I already know about these players already. I'm just trying to educate y'all. This is why I like basketball. And y'all want to call me out and talk about I don't like these players. I do like these. I like some of the players that play in this era. I really respect them what they did in college. That's why when y'all did come to the NBA, y'all don't understand what these dudes did. And they, oh, he's a bum, he's a scrub. You didn't watch him in college. You don't see their progression. Some players back then, you had to go to college. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. I'm almost done with the second team. Mike O'Karen. He was 6'7", forward out of UNC. He got drafted by New Jersey Nets. He was a sixth pick overall in the 1980 NBA draft. He played 117 games for Carolina. He averaged 15.1 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, 3.0 assists. He averaged 3 assists, 57.2 field goal percentage, 72.6 free throw percentage. He was NCAA tournament team, 2-time consistent All-American, 2-time All-ACC tournament team, high school parade All-American, and he was 3-time All-ACC. All right. I know some of these names ain't gonna know. Y'all new generation ain't gonna know. But for y'all older people, even y'all youngsters that your family taught you about basketball, put you on the ropes of basketball and stuff like that, y'all know where I'm coming from. Sam Wharton out of Marquette, Golden Eagles. He was 6'5", 195 out of Marquette. Got drafted by the Bulls. He was third pick in the 26th overall draft in the 1980 NBA draft. He played 56 games for the Golden Eagles, averaging 14.4 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, 6.9 assists a game, 49.2 field goal percentage, and he averaged 79.6. Great free throw shooter to be 6'5" at 79.6. Basically almost 80%. All right. Now we're gonna go to 1980-81. Danny Ainge, who's now what, y'all? He's now the owner of. I don't know. He ain't the owner. He's director of basketball operations for the Utah Jazz. Okay, but he started off with the Celtics, and he was a Celtics GM and all that, director of basketball operation. But Danny Ainge in college was a bad dude. I watched games of him when I got older and stuff like that. Danny Ainge out of BYU. Danny Ainge wasn't playing with them boys, man. Like, for real. Danny Ainge was a nasty dude, man. Like, for real. Y'all need to put some respect on these people, man. Like, I don't get it with y'all some of y'all new generation people. Y'all want to be very disrespectful and shit of the players that paid the way for these dudes. These dudes didn't have the medicine. They didn't do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? But them dudes was way more durable. These new age generation players. It's not even close. That's why I don't understand why y'all arguing with that. I know why y'all argue with that. Because you listen to Nick Wright. You listen to Stephen A., who can't even find his hairline since she was on Quite Frankly. You know. But Danny Ainge was a 6'4" shooting guard. His position was guard. He got drafted by the Boston Celtics second round, 8th pick, 31st overall. 1981 NBA draft. He played 118 games. Mind you, there wasn't a three-pointer back in the days, y'all. Because we already know the person that hit the first three-pointer in NBA history was who? Chris Ford, rest in peace. He was a great player, and also he was a great coach. They didn't get his credit. You know what I'm saying? That he truly deserved. But you know how it is in today's society. They want to give your flowers to you when you're dead. Give me my flowers when I'm alive. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. You want to donate, donate. If not, it's all good. Danny Ainge played 118 games. He averaged 20.9 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, 4.6 assists per game. He shot 52% from the field. No three-pointers, like I said. He shot 81.6 from the free. Danny Ainge has always been a great free throw shooter. Can shoot the three ball, all that shit. He was NCAA All-Region, Assists All-American. 1980-81 West Coast Athletic Conference Player of the Year. High School Parade All-American, which is now called McDonald's All-American. Wooden Award winner as well. Danny Ainge was nasty, man. Y'all just don't understand. Like, I got so many games. That's why, like, if I don't watch the NBA ever in my life, I can just always go back from the 70s all the way up to the early 2000s. Even watch they playoffs, they grinds, and all that stuff. Even their high school, even their college careers, even some of them in high school. You know what I mean? Because I was watching a game the other day with this OG of mine, man. He showed me a game in the 80s, man. College, man. And boy, them dudes it's like college basketball it just got better. Like to me, now you talking about something that just got better. Not the NBA. These players are stronger, better, and all this other college basketball got better each and every year since the existence. We know how how NCAA is, they little dirty play and all this other stuff. But one thing that's fact remain the same, they got one of the best stages ever in sports, March Madness. You gonna get it or you gonna get it done. All right. So let's go to Isaiah Lord Thomas out of Chi-Town, nigga. Chi-Town. I'm working on my nigga word, auntie. I promise you I'm working on that. I know I'll be on YouTube a lot because I was the kind of person. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Please, Lord, just take that word away from me. It's like, walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. Walk with me, Lord. Walk with me. And while I'm on this teacher's journey, and I want Jesus to walk with me. Hold my hand, Lord. Hold my hand, Lord. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, Lord. Hold my hand while I'm on this teacher's journey. And I want Jesus to walk with me. Yeah, I want him to walk with me. This is why I be trying to tell you, I don't care about nobody being in that's viewing, that it comes with the territory. This is one thing I'm gonna keep stressing y'all YouTube people too, man. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you get. I know people literally on YouTube got 85.k subscribers. I know some got over 1 million, all that stuff. But when you go to their chat room, it's like 4 or 5 people in that mug. It's like 4 or 5 people. This is just a history lesson of why I'm trying to get y'all to understand who I am. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna learn today. I know y'all trolls came out the goat work when I was on Ticket Channel earlier. I'm telling you, every Wednesday it's on and popping like a big dog. You dig what I'm saying? It's gonna be popping like a big dog. And I can't wait till I get back-to-back days off. And I got to give my boy his props before I continue on. Shout out to Lou, the sports writer, too, man. Because he saw the vision what Ticket was trying to do. And he is really doing that right now. You know what I'm saying? I know everything takes time. I don't hate on nobody. I don't care what your platform is. I don't hate players' choice, but I just don't get into them because you know why? One thing I know about, I said about a couple of them, I could say, people on Lions Den basketball community, I know my brothers that got channels, we respect that shit. We respect old school legends. We don't shit on the players in the past. That's just me. And all my brothers that sit there and spit this content, we don't sit there and just cater to you. Y'all want to cater to these players like y'all like Destiny Child. Let me cater to you. Nigga, you can't cater until that dude say bow down. Nigga, you won't even man, Beanie Siegel make you bow down and lay down. Y'all niggas will sell y'all soul. You want me to say that Jay Reed is the king, right? But he ain't play college basketball. To the dude that wanted to erase your comment on that last video that I did like a couple of days ago, talking about get down and lay down. Nigga, please. And y'all wonder why I go hard on the paint. Because when I was quiet, nobody didn't want to listen. Class in session. Isaiah Lord Thomas out of the third, out of Chi-Town is well known in Chicago land. Period. Only thing I don't like about Isaiah is he's with the get along game. He want to prop up another player, knowing good and well that y'all era was the best. But you want to go, I get this, I just gotta. He was like, this is like, but I do respect him as a basketball player. His analyst shit, you shitting on your own era. Well, your era was the hardest, the toughest, the 70s. All the players back then, they didn't have to go through the stuff what these today's players go through. But let's get to Isaiah Thomas. He was 6'1", at the University of Indiana, got drafted by Detroit basketball. Second overall pick in the 1981 NBA draft. He played 63 games for Indiana. He averaged 15.4 points per game. Excuse me. He averaged 3.5 rebounds, 5.7 assists. Mind you, there was no three-pointers back then in college. 53.4% from the field, and he averaged 75.6 free throw percentage. Now, this is his accolades in college. This is why I've been trying to tell y'all, I've been trying to educate y'all ever since I was on Ticket TV. He's like, old head, you don't know what you're talking about. That's why I changed my name to Old Head. This is how you make the Hall of Fame. It ain't just NBA accolades. It's what you did. Amateur, when you're in high school, you get them gold medals, Olympics. That's a very big part of it too. And you know another thing too, what you did in your NBA career, and especially if you had a championship or not. Them three things right there, them 4 or 5 things I just mentioned, that help you get into the Hall of Fame. It ain't just based on your NBA career. It's like dudes want to sit there and want to tell me Carmelo Anthony, they want to sit there and want to tell me that Carmelo Anthony is not a Hall of Famer. Y'all dudes slower than the boss of rocks. What's up, Vaughn? Hey, I'm glad my big bro's in here. Hey, I want you to talk about your dude right quick. I was trying to wait for you till you come in. But I gotta start back. Hold on. I got you. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna get to Isaiah Thomas one quick. I want you to talk about that. All right, this is the 1970, 1980 All NCAA first team. Daryl Duncanstein Griffin, University of Louisville, Joe Barry Carroll, Kyle Macy, Mark Aguirre, and Michael Brooks out of LaSalle. Then on the second team, you had Albert King, Kelvin Ramsey, Mike Gaminsky, Mike O'Connor from North Carolina, and Sam Walton out of the University of Marquette. I just want you to talk about, educate these dudes about Duncan. You already know about this. Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, that's part of my family history too, right there. You know what I'm saying? Remember what I told you about? I mean,
right.
We don't talk about him in 81 because he's on the 81 All-American team.
Right.
So, my pops and my cousin, they went to the same high school. One of the biggest games back in the 70s was my old high school, Shawnee High School versus Mayo. Shawnee, with Rudy Macklin, my pops going up against Daryl Griffith, and yes, Daryl Griffith's team was a better team. Plus, Wade Houston was the head coach of Mayo High School at the time.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Allen Houston's father, Wade Houston, was actually the head coach.
See, that's like ladies and gentlemen.
The story, how he got to Louisville is Daryl Griffin. His college trip. Denny Crum hired Wade Houston as his assistant coach.
Wow. See, this is why. See, ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't understand. This is why somebody like me and somebody like Vaughn and all due respect to y'all young generation that do really respect basketball history, and you got family, somebody, auntie, uncle, stepdad, somebody really taught you about college basketball and everything like that, and know anything. This is why I respect college players that played the game. This is why we become fans of them when it comes to the NBA. Now, mind you, I wasn't even born yet. Actually, I was like 1 year old, but I'm just saying, I didn't know nothing about it until my dad introduced the college basketball game to me when I was 4. By the time I began to play basketball on my own, like playing in the city league, because you know how it is in the military. You could play in the little city teams as a youngster.
Yep.
As everything like that. So by the time I was 8, then I was starting to process it. But one thing, anybody that taught me about basketball, even the coaches that I've been around, you don't disrespect the legends that really paved the way for you to open the door for the next generation. They taught me that way back then, bro. That's why I don't shit on players in the past, bro. It's disrespectful, bro. It's disrespectful.
And not only, like I said, not only were they rivals, but they were friends. My cousin and Daryl Griffin, because they was in the same class. My pops was like a grade under them, but they were all friends. They all hung out, knew each other. But once they got on that court, time to battle.
It's it.
But yeah, Daryl Griffin, right. That man was cold, bro. I mean, he's probably
Dunkerstein. Hey, he was in the video game. Hey, 2K, man, y'all need to do us a solid, man. Bring them players in the past that really do them a solid and really show they really true gift.
Yeah, like
the only one that really showed
the little guards who could jump out the gym.
Yes, I was just about to say David. Yes, I'm about to say David Thompson too. Them two dudes right there, bro.
And David Thompson was like 6'2", 6'3", with a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah. Hey, we about to get on right into it, man. You came in right on time, man. Okay. Now I said Danny Ainge out of Brigham Young. Now I'm about to look up. I was on Isaiah Thomas when you came in. He was NCAA tournament champion, NCAA all-tournament team, NCAA tournament most outstanding player, consistent All-American, 2-time NCAA all-region, high school parade All-American, which is called now as McDonald's All-American. I know they still got the parade All-American, but they don't never put McDonald's All-American to, later on down the line. If y'all young people that are slow and don't understand what I'm talking about. Oh, you ain't talking about McDonald's. He ain't a McDonald's All-American. That was basically what McDonald's All-American was back then, before McDonald's took over. Am I right, sir?
Yep.
And he was a 2-time All Big Ten performer. He averaged 15.4 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, 5.7 assists. He averaged 53.4 field goals. No three-pointer was back then. And he shot 75.6 from the free throw line. All right, we're going to go to the next player here. Who we got here? Who's next? Oh, talk about Mark Aguirre. University of DePaul. He don't get his just due, bro. Mark Aguirre was a dog, bro.
Yep.
He don't get his just due. It's like I tell y'all, I've been trying to tell y'all dudes all the time on Ticket TV, even on here. I watched so many years of basketball. Mark Aguirre, and he was in his era. What he'll do to this era, big bro? He will kill these dudes.
I mean, geez. Like Mark Aguirre, one of the first, as far as the small forward, after Dr. J, Mark Aguirre.
Mark Aguirre was a dog.
I mean, not Albert King. What's his name? From the Knicks. Is it Albert King? Did I say his name right?
Oh, I don't know his name per se, but I
Went to
know who you're talking
Tennessee.
about. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I mean, just the guys in the modern era that made that small forward position.
Yeah, made it
popular.
legit like it is. Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm
I
saying?
get what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
And like Mark McGuire, he just had one of those games, like especially like mid range. He could take you in the paint. You know what I'm saying? He could
Mid range was
take you to the free
deadly.
throw line and
Get,
just bury jumpers in your face all day.
Shout out to DePaul, man. Hey, shout out to DePaul. I was just saying this before you came on here. I can't wait for DePaul. I know how it is now in college basketball. I know college basketball has totally changed. But DePaul and Georgetown is one of the schools I really root for to get back on the map, bro. Because when I was coming up, they was the standard.
I mean, but it's going to be tough when you got,
Yeah, I know.
these schools especially now that the NIL. But I mean, it was already getting tough anyway because
Mm-hmm.
you was having these schools lure your best players from the city away from the hometown school or your home city school to go play at the Dukes, the North Carolina, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see that. That would be great to see again, like DePaul, because DePaul in the '80s was awesome. Well, we already know the history of Georgetown up until the mid '90s. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They was incredible. So it would be awesome to see them get back on the map, but it's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Now with NIL,
Yes,
it was already,
I
like
agree.
I said, it was already getting tough.
Yeah,
these
it
schools
was.
that have the big budgets.
Mm-hmm. And my bad, you couldn't get on, man.
Their home city, so
I just want to say I didn't have no control. I know you was backstage, just because Ticket be doing 1,000 things at one time.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Shout out to Ticket, man. I just want to let you know, though, bro. I know you was trying to get in, bro.
I was actually late getting into the show, so that was kind of my bad, bro.
Oh, it don't matter, because this is one thing I know about you and anybody that talk to me behind the scenes. I know y'all got a light too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I'm always gonna be right here. They were just gonna say, this is what he averaged, Mark Aguirre. I'm just gonna repeat it again. He played 89 games for DePaul, 24.5 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game, 3.3 assists. He shot 54.6% from the field, no 3-pointers. This was back then, there was no 3-point line. And his free throw, this is only in college, y'all, 76.8. He was NCAA All-Tournament Team, 1979 80 AP Player of the Year, Naismith Award winner, High School Parade All-American, 2-time Consensus All-American, and he was a Rupp Trophy winner. Man, hey, go ahead.
He was the number 1 pick in the NBA draft.
Yes, he was. Deservedly so.
In 81.
And deservedly so. That's a damn right. Hey, yep. A lot of people y'all don't understand. This is why I'm trying to tell you. Y'all want to say LeBron James is like the best small forward of all time. That's fine. That's just your opinion. But I know some dudes that they put this dude in this era. Man, these dudes back then, man, I don't want to hear it. Like, y'all just gotta, like my boy Wilt say, man, you gotta raise your hand when you talk to me, bro. Because I know this, man. Mark Aguirre would get that nigga buckets. Now, we just gonna continue wrong. Yeah, that's recency bias. You know how it go.
That's all that is. Bro. I seen a dude post on Twitter talking about, I just gotta, at this point now, I gotta make LeBron the GOAT. So before he hit that bucket, right, he wasn't the GOAT. Mm-hmm. But after he hit that shot, he's the GOAT now. Come on, make that make sense. So one jump shot determine your decision on the GOAT.
Hey, I feel like Day-Day. I feel like Day-Day. When you said that right now, I'm gonna say my Day-Day voice right now. Dumbing in a box of rocks. You know what I'm saying? Dude, like do your history.
Old recency bias ass mug, bro.
Yeah, and it's like I told people, man, shout out to everybody who came on me and support me early, man. I gave y'all a long stream, bro. I'm gonna be a long stream dude right here. I'm gonna be on here to about 6:30, and I gotta show my boy Trayvon some love when he go live on Ticket Channel later too, man. Cause that's my little bro, man. He come support me the hard way. I gotta support everybody else. I couldn't get in round time shit because that shit was lit. The niggas was arguing. I was listening in the background and stuff like that. But shout out to Ron time, man. Hey, man, we gonna get your channel up going, big bro. That's an OG in the game. You know who his cousin was, right? You know who his cousin is, Ronton?
Was it
He
Lamar
played for
Odom?
Syracuse. He played for Syracuse.
That's right. My boy, my dude,
Wallace.
Wallace, yeah, John Wallace.
Yes, that dude was nasty, man. Remember how he told the story how he got mad that Kobe got drafted in front of him on Kobe Day, man. Shout out to Ron Tom, man. Hey, that dude. Hey, we gonna get to them in a minute. Okay, guess who was the next person in 1981 first team? Ralph Sampson, University of Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this dude got some accolades. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. Oh, he's not gonna be. He ain't gonna make it to Hall of Fame. Dude, it's what you did in collegiate, high school, amateur. That's what they call high school, amateur, college, Olympics. That's 3, and what you did in your NBA career. He played 132 games. He averaged 16.9 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game, 1.2 assists, 56.8 field goal percentage. He saw 65.7. He was 7'4", 228. Virginia, drafted by the Houston Rockets, first pick of the 1983 NBA draft. He was a 3-time NCAA All-Region, 3 times AP Player of the Year, 2-time Wood Award winner, 3-time Ruff Trophy winner, 3-time ACC Player of the Year. God dang, this dude has some accolades. 2 times, and this is just college. 2-time All ACC Tournament Team, High School Parade All-American, 3-time Consensus All-American, 3-time Naismith Award winner, 1980 NIT MVP, 3-time All ACC, and he was a 1979, 1980 ACC Rookie of the Year. Man, I was almost 2 years old at that time when he was Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? Showing my age right here. I'm just saying, man. This is why I respect the older guys before me, man. You know who I ran into the other day? I ran into this guy. He came to my job. He sent me some games of back in the day, the tape delays. He said, check these games out. I know you're a big basketball head. I hear you on the channel all the time. I saw Ralph Sampson. Lord have mercy. That dude was the goods, man. Yeah. Like injuries just derailed his career. You know what I'm saying? But Ralph Sampson was the truth, man. He was the truth. Shout out to Virginia.
The ball like a guard. You know what I'm saying? Yep. 7'4", can handle the ball like a guard. So
he right.
Would be able to play in this era with his ball handling ability. He had a jump shot. He could shoot a jump shot. It's just in the 80s, they didn't shoot threes like that. But in this era, you don't think they would, have him practicing shooting threes with his ball handling ability? Come on, man.
All right, let's go to the next player here. First team All-American. Hold on, let me get back to it. All right. The last person in the 1980-81 NCAA first team was Steve Johnson out of Oregon State. Do you remember that name? That name ring a bell to you?
Steve Johnson.
It don't ring a bell to me either, but I'm just gonna give you a background thing about him, okay? Because he don't ring a bell to me either. He was 6'10", out of Oregon State, out here in Corvallis, Oregon. That's about 2 hours and about 45 minutes for me. He got drafted by the Kansas City Kings. He was a 7th pick, 1981 NBA draft. He played 116 games, 17.5 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, 1.2 assists, 67.8% from the field. He shot 64% from the free throw line. This is just college. He was a consistent All-American, 1980-81 Pac-10 Player of the Year, and he was a 3-time All-Pac-12 performer. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna call my OG later on tonight and get into his basketball head because he got pictures of Gary Payton. Remember when Gary? This is another thing I give Gary Payton some credit for. He's the only player that I've seen since I was living that was the National Player of the Year and National Defensive Player of the Year that I know of. It's Gary Payton. I ain't never seen nobody else did that. but Gary Payton. That's just I was living. Ain't nobody doing that shit now. All right, we're gonna go to the second team. Al Wood. Did that name ring a bell? I don't
Al
know.
Wood?
He went to North Carolina. Oh, they don't have no stats on him, but he was an ACC tournament champion. That's all it says about him. Okay. Oh, no, I must hit the wrong man. Hold up. Yeah, I went to University of North Carolina. I'm sorry. Yeah, there he is, Al Wood. He was 6'6", 193, UNC. He got drafted by Atlanta Hawks, first round, fourth round pick, fourth overall, 1981 NBA draft. He played 126 games, 16 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, 1.4 assists, 56% from the field. No three-pointers, because back then it wasn't a three-point line in college. 76.4 from the free throw line. He was NCAA All-Tournament High School Parade All-America, 3-time All-ACC, NCAA All-Region, consistent All-American, and a 3-time All-ACC Tournament performer was Al Wood. I need to do my history on him. I know the people who that's why I like going back in the days. I know I could pick old school guys that I live out here that know these players because I don't know some of these players, but set the known name ones. You know what I'm saying? All right, the next guy is Danny Varanes, Vranes. He was a high school parade All-American. He was consistent All-American. He got drafted. He was 6'7". He went to Utah. He got drafted by the Seattle Supersonics, 5th pick overall, 1981 NBA draft. In his career at Utah, he played 111 games, 15.4 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game, 1.2 assists per game, 58.4% from the field. No three-pointers back then. 70.3% from the free throw line. He was high school parade All-American, and he was a consistent All-American. All right. I know you're going to get to some names. Okay, you ever heard of this name right here? I know the next 3 you definitely going to know about, but I don't remember this guy's name, but his name's South American. You know who Jeff Lemp is?
Jeff Lemp?
Yeah.
Not familiar.
I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm gonna do my homework on him. But anyway, he was NCAA All Tournament team. He was basically McDonald's. He was a McDonald's All American, how they want to say in today's time. He was a 4-time All ACC performer, NCAA All Region, consistent All American, and 2-time All ACC tournament team. He got drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers, first round, 15 overall pick, 1981 NBA draft. He played 123 games at Virginia, 18.8 points per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, 2 assists, 49.2 field goal percentage, no three-point line, 84.9% from the free throw line. So basically, he was basically a good 4-year player, is what I'm taking it for back then. I know this name gonna ring a bell to you because I know what this name is too. Kelly Tripucka. Kelly Tripucka was nasty. A lot of people don't know, man. He was 6'6", 220, 198 out of the University of Notre Dame. Got drafted by Detroit basketball. He was a 12th pick in the 1981 NBA draft. He played 112 games. He averaged 15.3 points per game, averaged 5.4 rebounds per game, 1.9 assists, 54.8 field goal percentage. He averaged 79.8, basically 80% from the free throw line. 2-time NCAA All-Region, high school parade All-American, and 2-time consistent All-American. Y'all don't know who Kelly Tripucka was? I'm telling you, I seen some tape of him. Lord have mercy. A lot of people, that's like I keep telling y'all, man, it's levels to this shit, man. These dudes really put in that work, man. Back in the day, this was back when the NBA wasn't even letting dudes come out of high school.
Yeah, because that wasn't the thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And what year did Moses Malone? Moses Malone was the very first person. Am I correct about that?
I'm not sure if he was the first, but I know he was one of the first. I think he was the second, maybe, but he went from high school to the ABA.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up and fact check it.
Straight from high school to the ABA. I think it was what's his name who played for the Lakers in 1980. What's his name? I don't know why I just forget his name. Just slipped the tip of my tongue. Big man played for the Lakers.
I'm about to look it up right now. I'm looking it up right now.
Because like he went to court and everything. He took the lead to court and all that stuff when he came out of high school.
Okay, they said this dude named Reggie Harden was drafted by Detroit Pistons twice in back-to-back years. In 1972, the 7-foot was selected 29th in 1963, and he was picked 48. The first player to go straight from high school, from NBA, go to an NBA from high school over the 230 games played. You know who they show, and it's crazy when they show like players. I ain't gonna get into that because he already got his flowers allegedly. I'm not even about to get into all that. All right, let's go to the next guy. That was second team All-America, Rudy Macklin out of Louisiana State. Do that name sound familiar to you?
Because, bro.
6'7". He was 6'7", school, LSU Tigers, Atlanta Hawks, 3rd round pick, six pick, 52nd overall. He played 123 games. He averaged 16.9, 10 rebounds per game. As a forward, wing forward, 59.5 field goal percentage. No three-pointers yet. 67.4% from the free throw line. He was NCAA All-Region. He was a consistent All-American. He was a 1980 All-SEC performer, and he's a 4-time All-SEC performer.
Yep. Also, all-time is the all-time rebounder in the history of LSU, and second all-time scorer in the history of LSU. Right.
Are you sure? I'm gonna give you a guess, big bro. This dude went to Kentucky. The last dude.
Oh yeah, Sam Bowie.
Kentucky. You already hit it.
Yeah,
Sam Bowie.
Nah, he was hey man. I
mean, he was a dog. A lot of people want to dog him out.
About him. So you gotta understand, this was the era of the big man. Nobody knew that Michael Jordan was gonna be who he was. Even when Michael Jordan came out of high school, they was like, who? Only people who really knew about Jordan was people from North Carolina.
That's a fact. You know, we tell the truth.
Just people from North Carolina knew who Michael Jordan was, but the rest of the country didn't know. Even with him being the first player to ever score 30 points in the high school All-American game. You know what I'm saying? Even that didn't convince people. You know what I'm saying? It didn't convince. It didn't really convince people until the college Olympic players played the NBA All-Stars, and he gave them niggas the business.
Yes, sir, he did. Yes, sir, he did. Hey, I always respect the great ones, man.
NBA All-Stars that had Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Mark Aguirre.
Mark Aguirre, right? I remember that.
NBA team that played against the college All-Stars. Those college All-Stars who played off for the Olympic team in '84. And Jordan was cooking every last one of them.
Sure was, he was. I was little, but you know how it is when you're younger, growing up, you don't understand. Because at 84, I was 8. You see what I'm saying? No, 84. I was 6 going on 7. So I began to learn the game, playing Little League basketball and all that stuff. But then when I got older, I watched that game again. When you get older, you get wiser, right?
Right.
I watched that game. I was like, dude, this dude was cooking this dude. He was cooking. He was cooking. I'm like, he was doing to the legends of the game. It just injuries, just career.
But just to stay on topic, you know what I'm saying? Sam Bowie was a phenom. Like,
yes, he was.
Like in high, like he was, the way everybody talks about these high school players now. He was that player back then. His junior year, I'm telling you, senior year in high school, he was already being projected as a top pick in the NBA.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then once he got to college, he had his first couple years. He was playing very well. Then he got an injury. The leg issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then once he got to the NBA, that stuff came right back up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Sam Bowie he was not a bust. He was not a scrub.
He wasn't a bust. He wasn't a bust. That's a fact.
Him not having a Hall of Fame career, the dude still had a decent career. He averaged double figures scoring for his career. I believe he averaged about 12 points a game for his career.
Mm-hmm.
His issue,
we know Sam Bowie.
Ralph Sampson injury.
Yep.
But his was worse. You know what I'm saying?
You know how the media try to do Sam Bowie and shit? They make it seem like he's a laughing stock. You didn't predict.
Right.
No. Stop. This is why I keep telling y'all. Stop believing what these media tell y'all. These people gonna lead y'all straight highway to hell. But anyway, let's keep on going with Sam Bowie. He was 7'1", 235, Portland Trail Blazers, first round pick, second overall, 1984 NBA draft. 96 games, 13.4 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game, 1.4 assists a game, 52.2 from the field, and he shot 73.5 free throws. Now, this is his accolades only in college. NCAA All-Region, consensus All-American, 1980 All-SEC Tournament, High School Parade All-American, 3-time SEC performer. Hey, I respect players, man, like that, man, because you know why? Because I had older people used to tell me, like, man, he ain't no bust. I was like, they said, like, you know how it was when the old person tell you back in the day? What you had to do back in the day? Shut up and listen. If not, you're going to get your taste test out your mouth. It's just a fact. All right, we're going to go to 1981, Vaughn, and 1982. This is where it gets crazy. James Worthy out of North Carolina. He was 6'9", 206, Los Angeles Lakers. A lot of people still want to say how in the fuck the Lakers still got him at the number one pick, but I don't know. I still try to figure that out too. I don't know, but he was in the first pick in the 1982 draft. He played 84 games, 14.4 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, 2.5 assists, 54.1% from the field. He shot 65.2 from the free throw line, but he improved vastly when he got to the NBA. This is just college. NCAA tournament, NCAA champion, NCAA all-tournament team, NCAA tournament most outstanding player, consensus All-American, 2-time All-ACC tournament team, 2-time NCAA All-Region, High School Parade All-American, which is now called McDonald's All-American, 2 times All-ACC, and he was ACC tournament MVP. What's your shot on Big Game James?
I mean, and how they got the number one pick. You got to remember, the lottery didn't start until '84.
That's why I'm going. It's a history lesson. That's a fact. That's why. That's why I'm going. Right.
The NBA lottery didn't start until '84. That was the first.
That's a fact.
So back then, they used to just draw. They had like a tournament. They had like a tournament bracket.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just draw names of who was, which team. They would put your name in the bucket and pull out. It's kind of similar to how they do the lottery now with the worst teams, but they had every team and they had a tournament. So they put the names in the bucket. Who would get this pick? Boom, that's who got that pick. It just so happened that the Lakers got it in '80 and '82.
Shout out to James Worthy, man. Big Game James, man. All right. I know you're gonna remember this name right here. Quentin Daly. He rings a bell to me. I don't know for you, but I've done my history on him. I'm just gonna give you a guess. I'll give you the conference. I'm gonna give you the conference. I want you to name the team. I know you know all the conference like I do.
I want to say the name does sound familiar. He went to Kansas, didn't he?
No.
Nah.
He's out here in the West Coast. Matter of fact, it's the same conference as Gonzaga, is it?
Oh, the West Coast Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I just pulled him up. He went to San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah. I remember that name, Quentin Daly. I remember him in the league for a little bit too. He was a 7th overall pick for the Chicago Bulls. He was 6'3", 180, 90 career games, 24.5 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game. He averaged 3.0 assists per game, 55.1 field goal percentage, and 74.5% from the free throw line. He was a high school parade All-American, which our new generation known as Madonna's All-American. He was consensus All-American, and he was 2-time West Coast Player of the Year. All right, let's keep on going here. Okay, who would I stop at? Oh, you already know about the go-to right here. Georgetown Hoyas, Eric Sleepy. Man, I'm just gonna let you go first before I chime in, because this man don't get no credit like he deserves either. Go ahead.
Yeah, a little speedy, quick guard. You know what I'm saying? I want to say he came off the bench when he was playing for the Rockets. As he was there, instant offense off the bench. He was fast.
He's like a Vernon Maxwell.
Yeah, Vernon Maxwell. But he had handles though. Sleepy Floyd.
Yeah, he had Sleepy Floyd. Man, he had handles.
He could take you off the dribble, where Vernon Maxwell was more of a jump shooter. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a fact. I agree with that.
Had a jump shot. Sleepy Floyd had the jump shot, but he could also take you off the dribble, and he was quick. So I'm just trying to think about who would I compare him in today's game as one of those instant offense type guys off the bench. I would say like Reggie Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie Jackson from the Clippers. You know what I'm saying?
That's
the same kind of player. He can take you off the dribble. He can handle the rock. He can shoot the jump shot, but he will primarily take you to the bucket, or take you or dribble into the paint and then pull up. Stop what we call stop and pop, which is what players don't do no more, which kills me for this generation, which would be the easiest shot to get for this generation of players. But they for some reason they always go to the basket and most times get charging calls. Nobody stops and pops no more, bro.
Now, shout out to Sleepy Floyd, man. When I watched him play when I was younger, I was short growing up. Cause my story with me and my twin brother, right? So my twin brother always was taller than me. When I watched him play with the Rockets, I was like, dude, is this dude asleep? Because you know how they announce the name Sleepy Floyd. I'm like, is that really his name? My dad was like, yes, sir.
You see his face, like his eyes, like he smoked a blunt.
Right. That nigga looked like he was blown out there, this boy. Hey, but he had game, though. He had fucking game. This dude had fucking game.
But he had game. Right. That's why I said, like instant offense off the bench. Quick, fast, you know what I'm saying? Could take you off the dribble, shoot the jump shot. And again, like we always say, the 3-point shot was not prominent during this time, so people didn't take him like that. The 3-point shot was really like at this point in NBA history, it was a gimmick. It was something that the NBA, not the NBA, it was prominent in the ABA, and then the NBA adopted it in 1980, and still teams weren't even really taking the shot. You barely had teams taking 3-point shots.
All right, there we go. Shout out to Sleepy Floyd, man, because he was one of my favorite players growing up, bro. I knew he went to Georgetown. Once you get older, because you know how it is, because you military like me. your parents was in the military. You have family members that your parents was in the military. When you play in these leagues and everything like that, do you start meeting Army guys, Army women that could have went to college, but they didn't choose to go to college? You know why? For other reasons. You know what I'm saying? But I remember this Army dude when I was growing up. This is how I know. Fort Riley Camp. Fort Riley. Go ahead.
Speaking
Go
of
ahead, big bro.
Floyd, I mean, you talking about Army cats? It was a cat that I met because my father played on, on his little base team and stuff. And as the cat, I believe he was from Texas? But he looked just like Sleepy Floyd. He had the eyes like.
Man.
The eyes. The only thing I remember
he
about
looked like Sleepy Floyd.
They called him Trinity. That was the name I remember. They called him Trinity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Sleepy Floyd was a dog.
I mean, you talking about a cat that could freaking hoop. This dude could hoop.
A lot of people, I know y'all young fans, y'all gonna try to diss on everybody else, like overseas players play. I know dudes in the Army, Navy, Air Force, all the branches. They put a team together to go against these NBA dudes. I guarantee you they demolished the NBA dudes. I know a lot of them. You could put girls in the mix too. I know some girls would come in the WBA and get them girls straight fucking game. Like, who the fuck this girl is? But that's neither here or there. You don't have to believe me. That's on y'all. But he averaged 17 points per game.
The AAU is really kind of watered down.
Oh, it's been watered down.
Basketball is now. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't been the same since we left for high school and shit.
But I will say this: if the AAU was the way it was back when we were in high school, a lot of the dudes that we knew would have probably had a real chance to play professional basketball. Because their names would have been out there like that. They would have been seen by these coaches.
It's just like my brother, because my brother and I can name some. I ain't gonna name their names and shit like that till they come on my channel and they let y'all know, man. Like, dude, they'll tell you, TP didn't play basketball unless it was high school, but that nigga was a dog. Like they'll tell him. They'll tell you.
Up to in high school when he went to my same high school. He graduated the year before I got to high school. Sean Moore.
I know that name. Yeah. I heard that name before.
He's related to the wide receiver for the Cardinals. I don't know if that's his uncle.
Oh, I know you talking about. Yeah. Oh, you talking about?
But I know he's related to him somehow.
I know you talking about too. Yeah.
I'm telling you, a dude who could handle the ball, had a nice jump shot, and could jump out the gym. If he had that lane, if he had an open lane, get out the way. I want to say John was about 6'3". He was a legit 6'3". And I'm just telling you, he was strong. Like that's who I kind of patterned my game after when I first got to high school. That was my guy. We used to play in the park all the time. I used to just sit there and watch him, bro. Like,
hey, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hey, man, this is just basketball history, man. I'm trying to teach this young generation some things right here, man. I'm doing some shit that what I grew up on. I didn't understand it at this time, but when I got in my mid-20s, I always get a flashback and I start watching games from the past. Hold on a second, y'all. All right. Yeah, let's get to Sleepy Floyd stats. 130 games for Georgetown Hoyas. Got drafted by the New Jersey Nets. First round, 13th overall pick. In the 1982 NBA draft, he played 130 games, 17.7 points per game, 3.7 rebounds per game, 2.7 assists, 49.6 field goal percentage. And this is still in college, they wasn't shooting 3-pointers. 77.4% from the free throw line. He was an NCAA tournament team, 2-time NCAA region team, consistent All-American, 3-time All Big Ten East performer tournament, 2-time All NCAA region, 3-time All Big East, and he was a Big East tournament MVP. Shout out to Sleepy Floyd, man. Sleepy Floyd was a dog. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'll be talking about these players in this era, man. Them boys show you how you do this, son. All right, let me go to the next one. Hey, shout out to Chicago. Hey, Vaughn, you still in here?
Yeah, I'm still here, bro.
Hey, you already know. You know I'm big on this dude right here. Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings was a dog. He don't get his just due. This is why people like me and you, we keep these players alive, man. Terry Cummings, his son, by the way, y'all, played for who? You remember who his son played for?
TJ. I know
Golden State.
TJ.
TJ Cummings said he went to he got drafted by he played for the Golden State Warriors. Warriors. Okay. But getting to man, Terry Cummings is one of my favorite players, man. You know he was a preacher and all that too, right?
Yep.
You know, that's why when I saw him play basketball, right, I'm not even gonna lie. I looked at my dad once I got older, and he asked me a question. Like when I was getting to start, he said, "Son, who this man look like?" I was like, "Dad, he look like a preacher." He's like, "How you know that?" I was like, "I don't know." I say he looked like a preacher, and guess what? And I ended up finding out later on in my life he actually was a preacher. Because remember back then, them players back then, that they was preachers and stuff like that. They told you on TV. They didn't hide the truth for what these players was really about. If they, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't this divine and conquer and all this stuff like it is right now. But let me get to the shout out to DePaul, man. This was back then when DePaul had some dudes. So wait till I get into the 70s. I'm gonna get into the 70s next week. I'm gonna do the 70s next week, but this is the 80s. Salute NBA LA chilling out. I don't know how your name go, but salute to you. Welcome to the channel, man. Salute to everybody that you. Hey, you know, that's man. Hey,
a la Chilena.
hey. I'm from the South, like you is. I'll butcher some words in a minute, bro.
No, I'm just saying, I'm in Texas, so I understand a little bit of Spanish.
All right, this is what Terry Cummings. He was 6'9", 220, out of University of DePaul. Got drafted by the San Diego Clippers. First round, second pick, second overall in the 1982 NBA draft. He was consensus All-American. He averaged, he played 85 games, 16.4 points per game, 10.1 rebounds per game, 1.7 assists, 53%, and he averaged 77.5% from the free throw line. This is my thoughts on Terry Cummings. Man, a lot of people don't understand. The Milwaukee Bucks couldn't get, man, that was one team that a lot of people don't understand with Sidney Moncrief, Paul Presley, who else was on that team? Terry Cummings. You know what? Let me go to Basketball Reference, man. That's all I got to do. Because y'all don't understand. This is why nobody couldn't beat Boston. Because that was, you know what I'm saying? No, this is why nobody could beat Larry Joe Bird. Y'all want to talk about everybody else and shit like that. But this is, you already know where I'm about to go with this too. Maybe go to Basketball Reference. Okay. We look up. Nope. Go back. Okay. We go with Milwaukee Bucks here. Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, so he got drafted in 82, right? Okay. Let me see right here. Let me go down on their franchise history. I wonder when it was a year. Okay, 82. I wonder what year did he got drafted when he got traded. And guess who was
that?
the executive in 82? Guess who was the executive of the team in 81, 82? Just guess.
Of who? Of what team?
Of the Milwaukee Bucks in 81, 82. Just guess.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes. He's a coach. I'm gonna give you an answer. You know how older folks is. I'm gonna give you a quick notes right here. He ended up being a coach. He was executive at the time. He ended up becoming a coach. I'm not gonna give you another one. He used to coach in the state of Texas. That's all I'm gonna give you.
He used to coach in the state of Texas.
In the NBA.
Don Nelson.
You hit it. See, it was Don Nelson.
Because I was thinking, but Greg Popovich wouldn't have been he probably would have still been, coming up as an executive. He wouldn't have been like on the like a front.
I'm trying to figure out which year. I'm trying to figure out what year that Terry Cummings came on there. I'm looking on Basketball Reference because remember he played for the Clippers first.
Yeah, he got drafted in 82.
Right, I'm trying to remember what year that he ended up going over there. I'm looking it up right now. I'm going to Basketball Reference.
The Bucks?
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
I want to say
I got it.
84, 83, 84, something like that.
You're right. 84, 85.
Because he was on the team. I mean, I remember the playoffs when they beat the Bulls.
Yeah.
Like people got like tripping. You got a team with Terry Cummings, Sidney Moncrief,
Mike Dunleavy.
You had who else? Alvin
Lorenzo. Shout out to Lorenzo Romar.
Yeah.
Washington.
Romar,
Mark West.
Yeah.
Craig Hodges before he joined the Bulls.com. Alton Lister.
That's who I was thinking about. And Alvin Robinson was on that team, wasn't he?
All right, big bro. This is the roster. This is 84, 85. I didn't know what year it was. This is when I began to start, like 84, 85. This is when I began to put, like, learning basketball. It ain't nothing like it is now. We didn't have the, I just want to say this. The Jetsons showed you how the future was going to be in the Jetsons. There was FaceTime when we was kids on the Jetsons. Am I right, big bro?
Hell yeah.
So this is way before. So they already knew what the future. Like I tell y'all,
yeah.
cartoons always tell y'all the truth. But this is everybody on the roster. It was Randy Brewer out of University of Minnesota. You had Terry Cummings. He was in his second year out of DePaul. You had Charles Davis out of Vanderbilt. Mike Dunleavy. He was in his 8th year out of South Carolina. Chris Engler. He went to University of Minnesota and Wyoming. Kenny Fields. He was a small forward out of UCLA. Kevin Grevy out of Kentucky. Craig Hodges, California State, Long Beach. Alton Lister, Arizona State. Larry Michael, power forward, Houston. Paul Mokowski out of Kansas. I never heard of him. I swear. I know Kansas. I need to go back in Kansas history and look him up. Call my OG about him. Paul Presley. Hey, you know what, sons? This is one thing I understand. This is how I know the NBA is full of shit. Do you remember when his sons played for the University of Missouri?
Who was that?
Paul Presley's son. They went to the University of Missouri. Matter of fact, when they was I'm gonna tell you, it was a year when Thomas Robinson was at Kansas and Tayshaun Taylor was at Kansas. Because his son played power forward and the other one played small forward like his daddy. I don't understand why. Because remember, the one I thought was gonna make it in the league. Hey, that's why I don't knock players. This is one thing y'all gotta understand about the NBA, y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all young people, y'all want to shit on players overseas so bad. I see y'all on Ticket Channel. Oh, if that player was so good, why he ain't make the NBA then? Because they pick and choose who they want to be in that category. Period. And y'all want, I still say this. I know some European players right now will come to the NBA and destroy these dudes, bro. And will destroy them. All right, then you got Paul Presley, Lorenzo Lamar, David Thurkill out of Bradley, Paul Thompson out of Tulane, and Mark West. Shout out to Mark West. That was another enforcer that a lot of people don't talk about. Mark West, he was a dude that, see, that's what's missing in today's NBA is that, but we're sticking on college. All right, we did Terry Cummings. Okay, let me go ahead and get this going. All right, I did Terry Cummings. Oh, this is the second team. One of the best shooters.
On the Bucks too, wasn't he?
Yeah, that wasn't. Oh, you want me to look and see when he made it? That wasn't the year Ricky Pierce wasn't on there. I could look for you right quick. Hold on.
You sure?
Let me see. Hey, dude, I just looked at the whole roster. I'm on Basketball Reference.
Okay.
He wasn't on there. No, he wasn't on there then. I'm looking right now. Nope, he wasn't in 85, 86 either. Let me go to the next year.
Because it tells me he was on the Milwaukee Bucks.
No, he didn't make it until 86, 87. I'm on Basketball Reference. You know, that's a black Bible. Ricky Pierce. I see him right here. Ricky Pierce. 6'4", born August 19, 1959. He was in his fourth year at Rice University. Let me see who. Give Ricky Pierce 10 chances to shoot 3-pointers. You know what his nickname was? We already know what it is. Big Paper, Daddy, Deuces. That's some old school shit. Yeah, because he had that quick release. He was a one-time All-Star. He was 2-time Sixth Man of the Year. Man, let Ricky Pierce, for his career, he averaged 14.9 points per game, 2.9 rebounds per game, 1.9 assists, 49.3% from the field, 32.2% from the three, 87.5. Ricky Pierce was automatic at the free throw line. And he had a one-time All-Star and 2-time Sixth Man of the Year. Ricky Pierce, let that dude Ricky Pierce shoot 10 3-pointers a game. Or even Dale Ellis. This is the next person I'm about to go to. Dale Ellis. That's the next person I'm about to go to. Dale Ellis at the University of Tennessee. Let Dale Ellis shoot 10 3-pointers a game. And you know how Dale Ellis was.
Yeah, quick release. Catching.
You talking about Klay Thompson? He was Klay Thompson before Klay Thompson. Let's cut this shit out, bro.
Yeah.
I love Klay.
You know, Klay would put the ball on the floor, but Dale Ellis.
Yeah.
Dale Ellis.
Yeah.
Catch.
Shoot.
With him, them here, the riflemen.
Mm-hmm.
They all had that same
Chuck Person. Chuck Person.
Yep. And Dale Senior.
Mm-hmm.
Big Dale Senior.
Dale Curry. Yeah. Dale Curry was another one. Catch and shoot.
They all had that same just quick release.
Wow.
I would say Chuck Person and Dale Curry could put the ball on the floor.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
As well, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Ricky Pierce and Ricky Pierce put it on the floor because he had the floater.
Mm-hmm.
He had that floater.
And just like Hershey Hawkins too is another one. The Hawk. We're going to get to them in a minute, but his name was Dale Ellis, nickname Lamar Modon. Position, forward, 6'7", school, University of Tennessee. Drafted by Dallas Mavericks, 1983, 9th pick of the 9th overall pick. He was a high school parade All-American, 2-time consistent All-American, 2-time SEC Player of the Year, 3-time All-SEC, and 2-time All-SEC tournament team. For his career at Tennessee, won 18 games he played, 118 games. He averaged 17.5 points per game, around 5.8 rebounds per game, 0.9 assists, basically 1 assist a game. If you round it off, 59.5 from the field, no 3-pointers, 76.5% for the. You know, Dale Ellis was a marksman at the free throw line when he was in the NBA. This is his college. So, shout out to Dale Ellis, man. He was one of my favorite shooters, man, back then, man. I used to want to shoot like that dude. That's why I used to get that. Because you know how it is when you be short. You try to get that shit out, like, really quick before the defenders throw their hand up in the air kind of shit. That's where I learned that shit from. I used to mark my game behind him, straight shooting the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Like a slingshot, jump shot. Like he didn't even bend his wrist. He just stuck his arms up and flicked his wrist. I mean, he didn't bend his elbow. He just stuck his arms up and flicked the wrist. And if he got
and not only that, yeah, not only that, man. He did. Who used to give Larry Bird his greatest competition in the 3-point contest? To me, it was Dale Ellis.
Yeah, Dale Ellis, and
I'm forgetting somebody else too. Out of no disrespect,
because, from the Bucks you just mentioned,
Ricky Pierce
with the Bulls. No,
Craig Hodges.
Yep.
Yeah,
Craig Hodges coming second place all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Shout out to Craig Hodges, man.
And he finally won it in. I think he finally won it in like 89 or 90 or something like that. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get over right into it. We only in mind y'all wasn't even born at this time, so I won't say y'all wasn't thought of, but it was in the cards that y'all was gonna be here. But who did I stop at? Dale John Paxson out of Notre Dame. Played for the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
He was a high school parade All-American. He was 2-time consensus All-American. He was 6'2", 188 out of Notre Dame. He got drafted by the Spurs, 19th pick, 19th overall. He averaged 12 points. He played 112 games for the Notre Dame, Fighting Irish, 12.2 points per game, 1.8 rebounds a game, 3.7 assists, 52.6 from the field. He always shot a high percentage from the field. This is what, and another thing, and no 3-pointers either. 73.6% from the free throw line. You know, in the NBA, if you watch John Paxson, he was automatic for the free throw line. He didn't miss the free throws. That's how you know. For college was back then. College trained these players to get to that next level. Like they trained. That's when college really trained the players to get to that next level. It's levels to this shit, y'all. That's why I always tell y'all it's levels to this shit. It's really levels to this. All right, let me just go on to the next person here. Shout out to John Paxson. That John Paxson was a dog, because I ain't gonna lie. Do you remember the Bulls' first three-peat? You had John Paxson. You had B.J. Armstrong out of the University of Iowa. And you had, who was the other dude that I'm missing? They was all short and shit. I said Craig Hodges. Yes. I said Craig Hodges. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Craig Hodges. Thank you, big bro. And them 3 short dudes right there, bombs on the Baghdad. Yeah. If Jay Reed was in this era, he'd be licking his chops right now. But guess what, Jay Reed? If you would have played in this era, you couldn't be able to pick your teams and shit.
Jordan and Pippen would get them steals in the full court press, and you got John Paxson and B.J. Armstrong or
Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges coming down.
And it was really unfair when they had Trent Tucker too. Shout out to Trent Tucker. It was really unfair when they had Trent Tucker. He used to play for the Knicks. That shit used to be unfair. Like, didn't do, and mind you, we live in the era back then, with the era that we talking about. Everybody had shooters. Everybody had a shooter. They had multiple ones. It wasn't just one. Everybody had them. All right, let me go to the next one right here. All right, shout out to yeah, man. I just got yeah. I'm just passionate about this, man. This is what I grew up on right here. Kevin McGee. Yeah, Kevin McGee out of UC Irvine. He was 6'8". He got drafted out of UC Irvine. He got drafted by the Phoenix Suns. 16th pick, 39th pick overall, 1982 draft. I was 4 years old, about to be 4 years old. He scored 56 games, 26.3 points per game, 12.3 assists per game, 0.3 assists, 65.6 field goal percentage, no 3-point percentage still, because the three didn't start to win. I'm going to give y'all a history list. I already know. Rest in peace to Chris Ford, because he hit the first three-pointer in NBA history. Yeah, I'm talking about in college, yeah. It wasn't no threes in the college ball yet still.
Yeah, 87.
Then he shot 72%. He was consistent All-American. He was two-time All Pacific Coast Player of the Year. Two-time Player of the Year in the Pacific Coast, and he also was 1982 Pacific Coast Athletic Amateur, whatever they call that shit, PCAA 1982 tournament. You know, they changed the name of that shit so much. All right, let's go to the next one. And this is on the 80th. Paul Presley, University of Tulsa, who ended up playing for the Bucks. 6'5" forward from school, Tulsa, Milwaukee Bucks, 20 overall, 1982 NBA draft. 63 games, 11.7 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game, 4.6 assists a game, 51.7 field goals, no three-pointer, 62.4, consistent All-American, and 1981, 1982 MVC Player of the Year. I don't know what MVC means, because that was back. Hey, that's why I want to ask you, Big Bro. What's MVC back when Tulsa was in it? I never understood that.
What was what? MVC?
MVC.
MVC, Missouri Valley Conference.
Thank you for reminding me about that. I didn't know Tulsa was in the Missouri Valley. It was called Missouri Valley back in the day. Okay.
Yeah, so Louisville, Memphis, Cincinnati, that's where all them come from before the Metro Conference. Because Louisville played there too in Missouri Valley.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to the next player, man. Shout out to, this is why I always pay homage to the players that played before me. You know what I'm saying? That I watch. I want to say players that played before me. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't play, but I did play in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I know coaches that played. I have my brother played. My dad played. I had cousins that played football, basketball, baseball. It doesn't matter. They played sports. And I've been, my family always been a sport family. All right, guess who the last person is out of 1981-82? He went to University of North Carolina. I'm gonna give you a. Who you gonna say? Who you say?
Sam I am.
Sam Perkins.
Yeah, Sam I am. Sam Perkins.
Yeah. Oh, yep, man, big smooth. Man, he was so underrated to me, dude, in his career. Mm-hmm. But he was an NCAA champion, NCAA tournament team, high school parade All-American team. He was 3-time All-ACC, 1980-81 ACC Rookie of the Year, 3-time NCAA All-Region team, 3-time consistent All-American, 3-time All-ACC tournament performer, and ACC tournament MVP. Mm-hmm. This is what he did for his career at North Carolina Tar Heels. He played 135 games. He averaged 15.9 points per game, 8.6 points rebounds per game, 1.2 assists, 57.6 field goal percentage. So this is another thing I keep telling y'all. This dude was averaging 57 points. Look at all these percentages that I'm giving y'all that these dudes was living in a harder era where you could do everything to these dudes. It's levels to this shit, man. It's levels to the shit, man. And y'all want to disrespect the greats, y'all young generation. I can't wait till y'all get older. You know what my favorite line is, Vaughn? It's like my dad used to tell me, son, you don't want to be these two kind of people. You want to be on the other end when the young generation try to disrespect the younger generation. Let them live longer, because the same thing that they give to me, they're gonna get it 20 times worse.
Yep.
Y'all think y'all disrespectful now? They're gonna be. I'm telling you, wait to get older. Just wait. Just wait. Big Smooth, man. Sam Perkins was so smooth, though. I ain't gonna lie, man. He is, to me, he's underrated too as a player. Because we know one thing for a fact in the NBA back then, there were so many great players in the 80s and 90s. Not everybody was gonna make. This is another thing about my generation y'all don't understand, and Vaughn could vouch for this. We knew everybody wasn't gonna make first team, second team, third team. But we know them dudes that was still could give you that work. They didn't even make the first or second or third team. Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah, I mean, you had to put up numbers, but you also have to understand it's still like a pageantry. They're usually going to pick who they like the most. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pick who they like the most. Now, every once in a while, you're going to have the players that are no doubt, these are the best guys in college basketball. But, I mean, at the same time, there are certain times where they're going to pick the guy who they like over somebody else who probably deserves to be All-American.
But this is just a difference, though, between our generation, and this is how I'm trying to educate y'all young generations. For y'all come around here, especially on my channel, you can say whatever you want on Ticket Channel, but when you come around over here, when you say LeBron James, for example, is the great time, I got my big bro, break that shit down. I don't want to hear nothing about Nick Wright. If you use them talkers points, you're going to get destroyed. You're going to get destroyed. That's all I got to say on that.
Don't just count for LeBron.
In context, exactly.
If you're going to bring up context is going to count for everybody. Context don't just count for LeBron, because you know what? When you talk like that, when you try to use context and only want to use it for LeBron, but not nobody else can use context, that tells me you didn't really see the players you're arguing against play the game. Your argument is just based off of what history is thrown in your face.
Exactly. It's like it's shoved down your throat kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but just let me go ahead and finish this, man. Let me go to the next one here. We did Sam Perkins. Okay. All right. Finally, we go on to the 1982-83 season. Dale Ellis, second selection out of Tennessee. Do you know a dude? This is around your neck of the woods. Keith Lee out of Memphis. Did that name sound familiar to you?
Yeah, Keith Lee was a beast.
Yeah, he was. I already know who he was, right?
Give Louisville problems, bro.
Hey,
that was our rival back then, Memphis and Louisville.
Yeah,
that was
that was a rivalry. Yeah, Keith Lee, he was 6'10", out of Memphis. He got drafted by the Bulls, first round pick, 11th overall. He averaged 18.8 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, 2.0 assists, 51.8 from the field, and he averaged 78.2 from the free throw line. He was NCAA All-Region, 3-time consensus All-American. This is what, remember, I know Louisville basketball. That's when y'all used to be in the Metro Conference. 2-time Metro Conference Player of the Year. I remember that shit.
I think that's
shout out to Keith Lee, man. He was a dog. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what's called. And guess who's next? Keith Lee. I'll say Keith Lee. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, North Carolina Tar Heels. All right, this is for his career. He played 101 games, 17.7 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.8 assists, field goal percentage, 54% in college. Hey, y'all want to talk about, he shoot over 50% for the field. Yeah, when the lane's busted wide open. when majority of your points came in the lane, it's easy. These dudes got it the hard way. You had to have a bag. You had to come a bag. And nobody didn't think Jordan was going to be the player. And mind you, he was a Madonna's All-American. He was a high school parade All-American. He was an NCAA champion. Sound like who? Carmelo Anthony. That's why they did Carmelo Anthony. Did Carmelo Anthony a solid, but we're going to get into that later on. He was two-time consistent All-American. He was a Naismith Award winner, 1983-84 ACC Player of the Year, 3-time. He played in college 3 years. You know what that sound like? Just like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Did Kareem play 4 years, big bro, or he played 3?
No, he played 3. They couldn't play as freshmen.
That's right. That's what I thought. So I was right when I say that. I just want to fact check it.
Play back then, yeah.
Okay. NCAA All-Region, 1983-84 AP Player of the Year. Wooden Award winner.
They had junior varsity in college. With Kareem, they had junior varsity and varsity.
Yeah, that's a fact. Back in college, just like high school, right?
Yeah.
Rupp Trophy winner, 2-time All-ACC winner, and he was 1981-82 ACC Rookie of the Year. Michael Jeffrey
right back,
Jordan. Go ahead. His name was Air Superman Mike MJ, a.k.a. Air Jordan. This is why I be trying to tell y'all on these streams, man. Y'all need to like really dig deep. I know y'all got family members. Literally get into their heads, man. I'm telling y'all, these media people is fooling y'all. They want to shit on players that really played the game the right way, that went to school. Granted, hey, you went out. There's so many players came out the high school game, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a stream about that next Thursday. I don't know if it's gonna be Wednesday or Thursday. I want to look up. I already got it down. All the players that came out of high school in NBA history. And Moses Malone, the one that set barriers for everybody to get in the league. Sean Kemp, Kobe Bryant. I know y'all think LeBron James is the pinnacle. Okay, that's fine. KG. You got to throw all these dudes in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact. We gonna go to I remember this dude, John Sundervold. I just watched a game about him the other day. He 6'2", 128 games, 12.5 points per game, 2.0 rebounds per game, 3.0 assists. He averaged 49.3 assists per game. 49.3 field goals per game. And he shot 84.8 from the field. And he was a consistent All-American at the University of Missouri. Oh, man. And then you got Patrick Ewing, Sam Perkins. Rest in peace to Raymond Tisdale. This is 82-83, y'all. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. Raymond Tisdale, rest in peace. Out of Oklahoma, he was 6'9", 206. Drafted by the Indiana Pacers, second round overall, second pick, second overall. 1985 NBA draft. He averaged 25.6 points per game, 10.1 rebounds per game, basically 1 block, 1 assist per game, 57.8% from the field. He averaged 66.1 for the field, and he was a lefty. He was an NCAA All-Region, 3-time consistent All-American, high school parade All-American, and he was a 3-time Big 8 Player of the Year. I remember Raymond Tisdale. I definitely remember that growing up. I definitely remember that because I used to watch him in the Big 8. Not once I got older and once I understood what basketball was all about. Once I got in my 20s, I always go back because my dad used to tell me, go back. Go back. You remember you didn't understand basketball? Now go back and watch these players now. Now you understand basketball now? Yes, sir. This is why this is like rest in peace to Raymond Tisdale, man. Then gets us on the second team, Clyde Drexler, University of Houston. Clyde Drexler. He played 96 games. He averaged 9.9 rebounds per game, 14.4 for slide, 5 slammer jammer, 3.2 assists. He played with Akeem Olajuwon, by the way. He averaged 53.8% from the field. There was no threes back then. 64.3, even though Clyde ended up being better from the free throw line in the NBA. He was a consistent All-American, and he was 1982-83 Southwest Coast Player of the Year. Shout out to Clyde Drexler. Clyde was nasty. You can make a case that he was one of the best shooting guards in that era, other than Michael Jordan, even in the league when he played. You didn't watch it, you don't understand what I'm talking about, period. All right, let's keep it going here. I'm just going to go run through this right quick. Just get it over with. I'll come at to this some other time. Let me go right here. All right, John Paxson, John Sandoval, Randy Whitman out of Indiana, Sidney Green, Nevada, Las Vegas, and Steve Stepdanovich out of Missouri, 83-84, Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, second selection, Patrick Ewing, second selection, Sam Perkins, third selection. This is All-American first team, okay? Raymond Tisdale, Oklahoma, second selection. Guess who made the second team? Chris Mullin, the left-handed assassin himself, St. John's, New York. Stand up. Devin Durant out of Brigham Young, Keith Lee out of Memphis, Leon Wood out of Cal State Fullerton, Melvin Turpin, Kentucky, Michael Cage. Man, Michael Cage just cracked me up. He had that. That was back when they used to say jokes about the Jerry curl. He had a Jerry curl back in the day. Was a rebound machine, and he was an enforcer. He does the game for the Oklahoma City Thunder on the broadcast. Now we go 84-85. Chris Mullin, second selection. Johnny Dawkins, who now coach at he used to coach at University of Harvard back in the day, but now it's Tommy Amaker. Shout out to Johnny Dawkins. Keith Lee, Patrick Ewing, third selection. Raymond Tisdale, third selection. Xavier McDaniel, Wichita State, an enforcer. John Concat, Southern Methodist, ended up playing with who, ladies and gentlemen? He played with Dominique Wilkins. For y'all don't know. Kenny Skywalker. Len Bias. Len Bias made the second team. Mark Price, Georgia Tech, and he was a dog. Let Mark Price shoot 10 3-pointers in this era. Tell me what the hell you're going to get. Earl the Pearl Washington, University of Syracuse, New York legend. Come on, man. Y'all got to start putting, this is one thing I don't understand my young generation. I want to sit there and disrespect people. Now, this is when I really begin to understand basketball. 85-86, Johnny Dawkins, Kenny Walker, his second selection, first team All-American. Len Bias, second selection. Steve Alford, University of Indiana. Walter Berry was a beast too. St. John's, New York. He played for the Phoenix Suns. Brad Daugherty, University of North Carolina. Injuries derailed his career, but he was a monster for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is another thing I want to say to y'all new generation. Y'all act like the Cleveland Cavaliers suck. They always had dudes that was over there. They had Mark Price. They had Brad Daugherty. They had the old school Ron Harper. When Ron Harper was really giving everybody fits for them injuries, They had Kevin Johnson. They ended up going to Phoenix. Dude, Cleveland always had a squad. So stop letting these media people lie to y'all, man. Them dudes they used to have a team, bro. Every year they had a team. When I was growing up, they did. As a kid, yeah, they always had a team. Then you had this is the second team, David Robinson, Navy, Danny Manning. This is the year it was Danny and the Miracles. Dale Curry, Steph Curry's dad, Virginia Tech. Ron Harper, who I just mentioned, Miami, Ohio, and Scott Skiles, Michigan State. He was a coach at one point in time in the NBA. But Scott Skiles, he was a floor general. 86, 87. Let's go again. No, Danny and the Miracles happened in 1988, if I ain't mistaken. Yeah, this is because I went to the same middle school as Danny Manning went to. Was West Junior High in Lawrence, Kansas. Let's keep it on. This is 86, 87. Danny Manning, second selection. David Robinson, the Admiral, who don't get his respect like he just do either. University of Navy. And then y'all don't understand about David Robinson. He came into the NBA late because he still had a duty to do in the service in the Navy. Did y'all know that? That also prevented more time that he could have did in the NBA. But y'all won't know this if nobody don't tell you anything. Keep on believing all these dumb little people on the media that don't teach you anything. Don't put everything in context. And the great Reggie Williams, University of Georgetown, he played with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf in Denver out of Georgetown. And Steve Alford, Indiana, second selection. Armar Gillian, Nevada, Las Vegas. A lot of people don't know who Armar Gillian is. This is what I miss about the NBA. They had enforcers. This dude was an enforcer and was a beast down on the block. Give you rebound. Give you great effort. There was no excuse. All these players right here, they didn't give no excuses. Everybody I mentioned from the 80s, from the 90s, from the 70s. I'm going to do the 70s next week. They didn't give no excuses, y'all. Armar Gillian, Dennis Hobson out of Ohio State was a dog. Horace Grant, he had a twin brother named Harvey Grant, played to Oklahoma. We played with Mookie Blaylock and Stacey King. I know that on top of my head. You know why? I remember when I was in Kansas, I haven't watched that because Danny and the Miracles could not beat them during that time until the Final Four in 1988, 1987-88 season. Danny Manning, third time. This is 87-88, and I'm almost done. 87-88, Danny Manning, third time. Gary Grant, University. Y'all don't know who Gary Grant is? I feel sorry for y'all. A straight floor general that throw you the alley-oops and all this other stuff, bro. Is that the Gary Grant I'm talking about? Let me make sure. Yep, that's him. Yeah, Gary Grant. Yeah, that's what I thought he was. Gary Grant was a dog, a straight floor general. Now, if you watch basketball back then, he was just like an Ed Cota, a Jeff McGinnis kind of dude, a really pass-forward point guard. Okay? Then you had Hershey the Hawk, one of the best pure shooters that I ever seen in my life. They had Hershey the Hawk out of Bradley. Let him shoot 10 3-pointers a game. Then you got J.R. Reed, University of North Carolina. J.R. Reed was nasty in college. I can't take that away from him. And guess who else made the first team, All-American team, 1987-88? This is when we moved to Kansas. Sean Elliott, out of University of Arizona. Guess what he do now, ladies and gentlemen? He does Spurs broadcasting for their local Spurs team. Let's go to the second team, Danny Ferry. I couldn't stand Danny Ferry growing up. I couldn't stand him, but he was nice in college. I can't take Jerome Lane out of Pittsburgh, big man. Mark Macon, rest in peace to Don Chaney. I think my favorite black coaches that don't talk about in the past was, they still don't. They give John Thompson his credit, but they don't give Mark Macon. I remember Mark Macon because I remember, forget Dick Vitale. Mark Shake Bacon Macon. Don Chaney. They never get that. They don't never get these dudes they solids, man. And the late great Nola Richardson, God rest their souls. All three of them. Them dudes was the epiphany of black coaches back then in the 80s. This is what I grew up on. And it ended up carrying into the 90s. Hey, Michael Smith, Brigham Young, Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond said his story right there, which I already knew about already, but he gave his story on what's that show is with it's gonna come to me 1 second. I'm gonna say Knucklehead Podcast with Quinn Richardson and Darius Miles. I remember watching him. This is when that's when my dad just got stationed to Kansas. And I did not know, but I just watched it though now that I got older, but I didn't know the story till he said his own story. That team was so good that year because his whole junior college basketball team basically went with him. Just watch it. Shout out to The Rock, Mitch Richmond. Guess what he used to play, y'all? Football. And it transitioned to basketball. Let Mitch Richmond shoot 10 3-pointers in this era. But one thing y'all forget about Mitch Richmond that's different from all these other players in this era, that's a shooting guard. He could put the ball on the floor. He could back you down. And that's why they call him The Rock. That's why they call him The Rock. And Ron Cycli out of Syracuse. Ron Cycli was a beast. I ain't gonna lie. Cycli was a beast. I ain't gonna lie. At Syracuse, he was a beast. He ended up playing for who? The Miami Heat. He was a nice NBA player too. All right, we're going. Last but not least, we're going 1988-89. Okay. Danny Ferry, second selection. Mahmoud Rauf, a.k.a. Chris Jackson, Louisiana State. I think this was the year that Never Nervous Purvis Ellison, another big man, injuries killed him. Killed his career. Purvis Ellison, they used to call him in college Never Nervous Person because you know why? He was never nervous of the moment. He got it and he got it done. I remember this like Stacey King. I just mentioned him earlier out of Oklahoma. Guess who made the second team? Glenn Rice, University of Michigan. Jay Edwards. That's the dude I was thinking about. The other dude that was nice for Indiana. Jay Edwards, Indiana. He was a dog too. Lionel Simmons, the L Train. He was 6'9", just like Jay Reed from Akron. That could put the ball on the floor, can post up. He had no weaknesses in his game. I'm just trying to educate y'all, new generation. Y'all want to disrespect the old school era, but I know some dudes that are just as big and just as strong as LeBron James. But guess what? Them dudes actually showed it. And now LeBron is a great player. I got him in my top 10. I got him at 10. Y'all want to get mad at me because I got him at 10, but then you want to disrespect on other greats somehow or whatever. It's my opinion. Y'all need to stop getting out your feelings because of a fucking opinion. Because the media don't have him in the top 3, you think I should bow down and be like, oh yeah, he should be number 2, 3. He's not in my top 5, period. I got him right at 10 because I know one thing. The dudes that's before him, they are better than him. It's not even close. You could give me stats. You could give me blocks, rebounds, assists. I'm trying to tell you this all the time. I'm just answering the question. I'll get back to my college basketball shit in a minute. I'm just answering the question for my homie son who asked me this question, who texted me. This is why I don't respect that dude. He's great. You can't take away nothing that he done. But one thing he ain't never done, he never had a major injury ever in his career. Ever. Like any of the great ones that done it, he ain't never done it. But he's not better than the players in the past. That's just my opinion. Don't get mad at your uncle because I sat there and told you he's not. I've been trying to tell you this since you was playing basketball as a freshman in high school. Now you're in your junior year. I haven't changed that one bit. But one thing you don't do, sir, you don't throw your teammates under the bus and then you want them to come out and perform from you. Don't do that. All right? Mookie Blaylock. A lot of people don't want to give my boy Mookie Blaylock his card. Mookie Blaylock was a dog. Mookie Blaylock was a dog. Like Mookie, it was Mookie Blaylock, Stacey King, them boys, and Horace Grant, Harvey Grant. Them boys, I remember, them boys was a dog. But 88, 89, I think that was the year Michigan won the title that year, if I ain't mistaken. Sherman Douglas, a straight floor general. That's really as a pass point guard, like a Rajon Rondo. And Todd Litchie. I remember Todd Litchie out of Stanford. I remember him. He was a guard. You know? Hey, I can't push it on youngest, but this is one thing, Slime. Yes, we can. This is where we drop the ball at, Slime. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Yes, you can push it, because when we was growing up, what we had to do back in the days, sit there and shut the hell up and listen. If not, you will get the taste knocked out your mouth. I ain't catering to these new generations like a lot of people from YouTube do. I'm not going to do that. No, sir. No, sir. I'm not going to do that. Let me cater to, no, only one I'm catering to is my old lady. And last time I checked, none of y'all know. And that's who I cater to. Because you know why? Because she catered to me. She's my queen, my everything. I keep telling y'all, it's levels to this, y'all. Glenn Rice did one of the best performances I ever seen in college basketball history as a growing up. That's what made me fall in love with Michigan Wolverines, other than Kansas, because I lived in Kansas. I remember Ramil Robinson, Sean Higgins, Lloyd Vault. Used to put Lloyd Vault. I could go back. I'm doing this at the top of my head. Even Pelinka. I remember when Pelinka with freaking Chris Webber. Man, stop it, man. D-Lo, this is one thing I don't understand about the LA Clutch clients. Why you want players that you got rid of? Jay Reed. I know it ain't Jay Reed's fault, but you know, that's what people going to say. I'm not putting that credit on him, but now y'all want D-Lo? For real? D-Lo can't guard nobody. What is LA Clutch clients going to do? And this is another thing, too, I don't understand. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all. This is real Laker fans versus LeBron James fans. LeBron James fans the only one that say every time the transaction go down, we're going for a championship. Real Laker fans that I know that's in this era, that's from Southern California, they're not even watching the Lakers right now, bro. They're not. How he's a closer. Explain to me. I like D-Lo. D-Lo. Now, this is one thing I understand about Clutch clients. You got rid of players. Hey, it ain't about snitching, bro. But that to me, this is another thing too. Y'all don't understand too about Lakers, like mainstream, like I won't say main, like big brand in the NBA. Everybody snitch. Like Jay Reed didn't snitch. Oh yeah, See what he did to me in this game? Y'all always talk about Kobe snitch. LeBron did the same fucking thing. He threw his teammates on the bus. This man in Game 5 rubbed his Game 5 nut sweat on Draymond Green's head. Oh, if I was the NBA, I just look at it because that's not called for. And guess what happened? That's not snitching? Yeah, exactly, Juan. Hey, I feel you. They all snitches, but still, it's a play. But one thing I recommend, y'all want to call Kobe Bryant a snitch, but guess what? When you know you fucked up as a man, when you know you fucked up as a man, when you know you done, this is just any human being, especially being a man. When you misjudge somebody, when you done anybody the wrong way, guess what you'll do as a man or a woman? You come to them as a man and a woman and say what? I was wrong, man. I was wrong about you. I was wrong about you. You know by the level that how they talk to you, if they really real or not. I'm just being straight for real. Hey, Rich Gang, I'm just gonna say this too. I'm not gonna block anybody on here, but I'm telling you how my Rich Gang family is over here. If you disrespect any of the great ones in the past, trust me. Y'all better be glad Gigi is not in here. Shout out to my homie Gigi is chilling. My Church of God in Christ sister. Y'all better be glad as my homie LeBron is gloat is not here. Annie K, she was another one. Y'all thought I'd block y'all so fast? Them women would put your ass up out of here so freaking fast. But I respect y'all till you start getting disrespectful. If you don't respect history, this not the place for you. It's just a known fact, man. If you don't respect history, you're not going to understand this. You ain't going to know where I'm coming from. I know some of y'all right now like, man, this dude, this old head is all over the place. You know why? Because this is my show. This is my platform. It's just like y'all can't sit there and say, even when I was on Ticket TV, shout out to Ticket for putting me on earlier. What I let everybody do? Get their shit off. But what we talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but we always get back to the main topic. Hey, I ain't know my boy Matt Moses. Man, Matt Moses, we already know. Man, subscribe to my boy too, man. Cook Sports. You know what I'm saying? #mob for real, man. He already know how I get down. I remember we used to be in the comment sections all the time, bro. Man, we used to have so much fun in the comment section, bro. Man, we used to be lit. Now, everybody got to go out and do their thing. Now it's a new cast of characters. But one thing that y'all ain't going to say about me, I ain't nobody. You know what? You right. I'm not. I don't want y'all sympathy for me because nobody gave me sympathy for me for what I've been through in my life, what I endured in my life, or what I came from. You know why? Because I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody. You know why? Who can save anybody? If you don't know what that is, I don't know what it is. And I know you ain't grow up the way I grew up. Yeah, I'm a nobody. And ESPN, while I'm just thinking about this shit too. I remember a lot of shit I used to say, especially when it came to college sports, that y'all dudes sit there and say. And I remember the dudes on Ticket Channel. Russ traded to the Jazz. Stop playing, man. Hold up, man. Are you serious? Who they traded him for? Hold on, Big Ron. Big Ron, I'm about to send you the link, man. Come, hey, man. You got to come explain this, man. Only thing I got to say. Only thing I got to say is this. Only thing I gotta say about this Russell Westbrook stuff is this. Okay. I know a lot of people. I ain't gonna shoot y'all names out, give you no clout work for y'all dudes talking about roasting and get off the team. Okay, if it's really, let me look it up myself, man. Hey, babe, where I sent you the link, homie. They got Michael Conley or what? Oh, it's a 3-team deal. This is something thing I understand about the Lakers. Hey, D'Angelo, you playing with you playing with fire. Because the same dude that's bringing you out of there, when you don't get it done, they're going to ship your ass out of here. Now, UPS, they're going to send your black ass out of here. And this don't move no needle for me. Who is their defensive stoppers on that team? I'll wait. I'm going to stand on my stance. What I said about LA clutch clients, period. I picked them not to mint the tournament. The play-in, that's what they got to call it now. We can't say 1 through 8 no more, can we? Now we got to go through 1 through 10. Da, 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 da. Man, somebody come explain this shit to me, man. Like, help me make some sense to me. Like, how is this shit? I'm like, Riley. What happened? Now, one thing I will say, now you say Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a dog. I've been watching him in college. He's a dog. He earns everything that's coming to him. He's young and he's hungry. But this is what the price you pay. You're playing for Jay Reed. You see that man on my screen? He put pressure on you. Bust pressure, bust pipes, period. But y'all want to shit on this man. Y'all want to disrespect this man. And I don't care if it's a good... Hey, this is one thing I keep telling y'all this too. Yeah, he is a great defender. I like Jared Vanderbilt. But at the same time, that don't move no needle for me. Because you know what you need? Cohesiveness. You know what you're going to need? Time together. All that shit works out. I'll drop the link. You might want to come in. If not, so be it. Man, that shit's crazy. I know this gives Jay Reed even more chances not to play any defense because he definitely ain't played defense all season. He ain't played defense since y'all hit the like button too, man. You know YouTube gonna continue to do what they do. They don't care how many subscribers you're gonna get. If you go against the code, man, let me just keep it real. As soon as I said that Jay Reed from Akron was the greatest player of all time, I went to 750 in 6 months, period. And then I've been almost a year, I'll say a year and a half, stuck in the 700s. I'm between 750 and all that. Man, Perkins always going to say that. You know why? Because you already know. You ain't no cop Jay Reed. All these people that speak for that dude on ESPN is nothing but a LeBron James, spokesman. There ain't no team to beat in the NBA. You know why? You got other teams in the West that's going to be hungry. And I used to root for the Lakers. I still root for them in a way, but I tied my hands. But when I try to tell people the truth, they want to sit here and tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You just a big ass hater. Now, guess who else gonna be the scapegoat now, huh? Who else gonna be the scapegoat, huh? It's gonna be D-Lo. Is it gonna be Vanderbilt? Because you know when it comes to Jay Reed, he don't get no blame. It's always the role player's fault. This man has done everything like I said he was going to do. I don't care what big old Perkins say, because Perkins, when it was time for you to get your money, you had Trisha Kardashian. I almost call him Krista Kardashian. Krista Thompson, excuse me. Krista Thompson pulled your card out on national TV. When it was time for you to get your money, what you went and go did? Got your money. That's how you know who's really in these people's heads, who they want to pup and pry. It's levels to this. They ain't the team to beat. I don't think so. I don't think so. You can literally tell in the NBA, and I've been saying this forever about the LA Clutch clients. They don't look like they practice. Because you know why they don't look like they don't practice? How are you in all these close games and you can't get it done? You know why? Because you don't have closing scenarios. But niggas want to hate me so fucking bad because I ain't with today's agenda. That's what's wrong with y'all people. Keep living in this world. You're going to see. Me and James were trying to tell y'all this for a long time, bro. But y'all don't want to listen to me. You think I'm a hater. I'm an every name but the son of man upstairs. At the end of the day, you're going to need more than one defensive player. So other than I'm just going to say this off the rip. Other than Vanderbilt is already immediately their best defender. So who else they got? Who's going to start these little small guards? Oh, it's going to be I'm waiting. Man, Perkins going to say anything to please LeBron, Ramon, James. You see how they sit there, they backpedal. They be playing them, they be playing with themselves all the time. I tell y'all this all the time. They show their hand all the time, ladies and gentlemen. They show their hands every fucking time. I don't give a fuck. They ain't gonna make me put my needle in my arm and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna root for the LA Clutch client. Yeah. But Skip. Oh, I can hear first dispute. But Skip. Hey, Shannon Sharp, why you wear your ghost mask? Hey, Shannon, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't forgot about you. Let me get my thoughts right when I say this. You were so humble. You were the most humble person I ever seen on first since you did this Undisputed this morning than you ever been in your you was humble like you first came on there. I ain't never see you that humble. You were so calm. You were so demeanor. Just put your glasses back on. Then you got your little trolls coming up on me talking about, oh yeah, respect Uncle Shay Shay. That's not my goddamn uncle. Because I'll tell you why. All my uncles built for it tough. Ain't no sellouts going on around here. Built for it tough. You get it or you don't. No excuses. That ain't my uncle. Y'all need to sit there and stop calling this man Uncle Shay Shay. Yeah, I know that's his name, but y'all just don't understand the words that y'all say. Hey, some of y'all dudes be in my fan mail, want to email me. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, if I y'all think I be playing. Let me sit here and sit there and screenshot all the shit these people be saying to me about their so-called king. And about Shannon Sharp. And y'all were thinking I be tripping and playing. I'm not playing. These dudes really want me to worship the ground they grow on. Nigga, fuck out of here. Be a man. Stand on a manlyhood. Can you do that? Hey, Shannon Sharp, I got a question for you, too. Since you want to clown and shit of the greatest players that played in a real Laker uniform, I just got a question. Why you got it? Your ass is too big to wear that little small ass sweater you had on last night. Let's go, James. Hey, but Skip, to see everybody there. You know what's crazy? Ever since this man on the screen died, and you faked your little fake crocodile tears, and then some miraculous way you passed him in Philadelphia in his hometown, manufactured. We know good and well, real people that know this shit. Kobe just put his feelings to a side and all that. Said, man, accept this dude. So I accepted him. And it wasn't what Kobe said. I accepted him because he came to the Lakers. He don't got. It's amazing. The Lakers is getting back a player that they got rid of. That's just crazy. And he ended up having his best career to me when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. You can't take this shit away. You can't say I'm lying. You can say I'm hating. It's a known fact, bro. And I ain't forgot about the 80s basketball coaches in this era. When I do my 70s episode next week on Wednesday, I'm gonna shout out the coaches that I loved. All right. I don't care what the Lakers gonna do, clutch clients, wherever the fuck they gonna be, because they don't deserve to wear that purple and gold uniform. And to y'all LeBron James fans, oh well. Oh, he brought a title over there. Okay. That don't mean nothing. Laker excellence, back to back. Magic won 5 of them things in the 80s. Kobe beat Bryant, Shaq won 3. Then this nigga almost went on a 3-peat by his damn self. But we don't use injury as an excuse like y'all do for LeBron. He didn't have Anthony Davis, and we was up 2-1. Is this man supposed to be the highest order like y'all say he is? Hey, Slime, this is what everybody wanted. This is what everybody wanted. So guess what? When the shit comes falling down again, it's over now. 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 It's over. Hey, Wes, I'm happy for you. Because they didn't appreciate you when you appreciate you, when you play for them, they say you're a turnover machine. But this is one thing I understand. This is another thing I understand about your LeBron fan. Y'all want to talk about all the turnovers he got, but LeBron turned over the ball just as much. And this is another thing I got for LeBron fan. You're talking about this man on the screen right here, right? Had the most missed shots in NBA history. Okay, I get that. How can a player that be a first point, allegedly, I'm a pass first player. Oh, he switches up so much. He switched up his narrative so much. You know why he switched up his narrative so much? I'm talking about LeBron and Mo James. Because the media have his backing. It's just like Shaquille O'Neal. When Shaquille O'Neal and Shaq was playing, and Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe played together, guess what happened? Who team is it? They started that beef. In the 2000s, that's when the beef started. The media starts so much shit, and I never seen so many people in my life want to tell me the same talking point that Nick Wright says, Shannon Sharp says. Now Skip Bayless all of a sudden become, he saved me. Now he just saved all of a sudden. It don't make me move my needle. I'm standing 10 toes down on it. I'm not going to switch up, period. I don't care who they get. Because when it comes down to it, are you going to trust y'all favorite player in this era, Jay Reed from Akron? I seen this man quit on the team, left with 6 minutes to go, and they got people in the media making excuses from him. Oh, but Skip. Oh, he had to go ice it. It's always an excuse with him. Hey, man, it is what it is. I'm going to continue to put it in your face all day, every day. Oh, and another thing, too. And like I said this before. So what's y'all excuse with LeBron James? Guess what he's about to do, y'all? Ding, 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 ding. He closed it in on the most missed shots in NBA history. So how y'all going to explain that one, huh? See, this is one thing I know about Jay Reed fan. Because I always told y'all how ESPN always equates stats for only him and nobody else, right? Because that proves a point. They in his pocket to promote his brand. Y'all don't get all the shit that I'm getting in my head. But then again, I'm a fucking hater, right? Whatever. Keep living. The world may give it, and the world can't take it away. It ain't no disrespect, man. I'm not disrespecting, man. This is some real stuff that I'll be spitting. And this is one thing I don't understand about some of y'all new generation. When the old school people used to tell me something, I was all ears, learning. If not, I was gonna get slapped the taste out of my mouth. You want me to tell your mama? You want me to tell your daddy? You want to tell your aunties, or whoever the case might be? That's the era that I grew up in. And then when we start critiquing a player, oh, you a hater, man. You just a hater, man. He's top 3. You hating on the players that really put in that grind, that put in that work. Oh, you say you got part of both? You was born in the 90s? Hey, Slime, ain't no disrespect. Hey, how you don't have your wrench? Hold on, man. Is this a slime that always be in my... Hold on, man. Let me give you a wrench back, man. I don't know how that happened, bro. And then it got me, oh, man. I don't know how that happened. I swear you had a wrench. I know this got to be the same dude, because you always come and support me, man. Yeah, that's you. I know that's you. All right. Make sure you get your shit back, man. I don't know how you did that. That happened, whatever, but it is what it is. But y'all hit the like. Y'all hit the share. Y'all hit the subscribe. I promise y'all, I will be on in the morning. I work early afternoon, so I'm going to go very early in the morning, all right? 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be on. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. I don't care what this Laker move going to do. That shit... I want to say to all y'all dudes, I was pushing for Russell Westbrook to be out of there, right? Because this is all the setup. This is all the setup. This is all the setup. You get him back now, right? Okay. You got rid of him, huh? So what's the next excuse y'all going to say? I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. I know that's you, fam. I know that's you. It ain't no problem, Slime. And I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, my G. Hey, this is one thing. Look, I gotta shout this dude out. He's the only dude that I know that's been on YouTube. He's been on other people's platforms, but I know when he came over here, South Solidical. He's the only dude that I know on YouTube that call out LeBron James for his shit. He's the only dude that I've seen on YouTube. And I've been on the Lions Den basketball community platform. I don't be all little funklies. I don't like how y'all dudes want to do that divide and conquer and shit. You got a lot of these dudes that branch out of a ticket channel, calls Fresh and Mom brothers. And you got people that's older than me want to sit there and buy into that bullshit. That's on y'all, bro. I don't use no sleep. I got you, bro. I got you, fam. You rinsed up. I make sure nobody don't. Hey, cause you know people be trolling, bro. And shout out to Hoss yesterday too, bro. You know, I gotta give my boy Hoss a solid. I know that was you, man, that was trolling my channel. Excuse me. I've been on this thing cooking with y'all all day from early this morning until now. I'm going to take an hour break and I'm going to support my little bro Trayvon on Ticket TV. You know what I'm saying? If I get in, if I get in. If I don't, I don't. Y'all can't get mad at me for my opinion. Because the same way you can want to sit there and disrespect the players in the past, they didn't play the same way that y'all play in this era. They didn't. Them players back then, you only had a 2-3 year window. If you didn't show up, you was out the league. These dudes get paid for stealing money. Like Ben Simmons. Oh, I got a great one for y'all for Ben Simmons tomorrow in the morning. Hit the like, hit the share, subscribe. I'm out. Peace out, as my boy Chris Rock would say. Chris Tucker is what I want to say. Chris Tucker. My Chris Tucker. Peace out. And I'll holler at y'all about it, man. I support everybody that really, from the Lions Den basketball community, even if you don't fuck with me, I know who you are. You can't hide. Don't show me that fake love, because when you do come over here, you can't get mad at you cannot get mad. And the people that's going to come back over here when it's all said and done, you can't get mad at me. You cannot get mad at me how I respond to you when you do bring your behind over here. Because you know why? Because I know who's real and who's fake at the end of the day. Hit the like button, man. I'm out. Peace.